everybody. Today we are going to be doing a Midwest tier list with Miss Rachel Pop. I'm very excited. Um and we are going to be ranking things based on how much we think they belong in the tier list. We're probably going to explain it more, but I'm going to have Rachel introduce herself. But yeah, we're just doing that today. Um yeah. That's it, really. Um, we. Oh, fuck! I forgot to turn on tits. I'm sorry. Hold on. I forgot to turn my tits on. Let me turn my tits on for you. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second, potato slaps. I'll redo it. I knew I was
All right.
forgetting
Oh,
something.
you still muted.
Yeah, I forgot to turn my tits on. I knew I was forgetting something.
I love that that's the first thing you say on my stream. I
Oh,
forgot to turn my tits on.
sorry.
No, I love it.
I had to fix it 1 second.
I my head just got blown up on because somebody followed me.
All right, there we go. The tits are on. Uh, okay.
Lex, do you want to introduce
Yeah,
yourself?
sorry. Hi, my name is Lex Gon. I go by Lex. I like Sailor Moon, and I have a cat named Mango. That's it. Rachel, you can introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Rachel Pop, and I am a Mushroom Menace VTuber. If you ask me what that is, I can't tell you because I made it up, but I'm essentially just a chaos goblin. I like horror books, and I work at a boba tea shop and live in a treehouse, according to my lore. Not real life. I'm an old Midwest bitch in real life.
I'm also a Midwest bitch. I think I'm old, but I'm not old. I don't know. I'm not okay. I think when people turn 23 or 24, they start to give up on life, and I think that's kind of cringe, so I don't like saying that I'm old. But yeah, I don't know. But let's I don't know. How do you want to transition to the tier list?
Oh, I clicked a button and we transitioned. Dude, I got this Stream Deck and I have only used it like 3 times for its actual purpose of purchase, which was to change my scenes. I
Mm-hmm.
just always click over because I'm stupid.
Oh, I only have one button for my thing, and it's the BRB screen. 90% of my stream deck is just Twitch actions that I could do if I just clicked on it. But yeah.
By the way, I feel like yes, people do give up on life at like 23, 24, but then like they have like a renewed sense of like giving up when they hit 30 and they're like, oh, this is the real point where I start to give up.
Thank you for the head pats. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird because I feel like okay, this maybe we should put this on the tier list. But I feel like especially in Michigan, people are like, I turned 23. It's time to get married, settle down, and have 8 kids. And I'm like, 25 and I have a cat, bro. I don't.
Literally me, 36.
Yeah, I'm like,
I got my nails done today, and the girl's like, How long have you lived here?" I was like, "A year and a half." She's like, Do you have any kids?" I was like, "No." And she's like, "Do you have a man?" I was like, no." And she's just like,
they always ask that shit. They always
"Yeah."
ask that shit when you go to get your nails done.
But then she goes, "Good for you. What you got?" I was like, "A house, a dog, and a cat." She's like, "You live in the dream." I was like, "Thank you."
It's like that polite bullshit where you know that they're basically calling you a loser for not being married, but they're saying it in the most polite tones. So you're like, oh, okay, this is fine. But it's really
How
not.
I felt. That's how I felt. But she seemed pretty chill. She also established that she did not have a man or children and she was content with her life. And I was like, that's a mood because you live in for you.
It's true. Um, so did you want to explain the different tiers, or did you want to go back and forth where we go
It's up to you. I if you do you want me to explain them? Because I'm totally down to explain them if you want.
Yeah, you could explain them. I feel like I'm gonna be like, it's basic bitch shit. That's it. Because I'm really bad at explaining things.
Okay, so these are the tiers. We got your S tier, which is like your superb ass shit, like your top of the top. Like this is the creme de la creme. It's the geez Louise, ya betcha, which is how it rolls. That's what a Midwest mom says when stuff is super excited. I'm so sorry, I got flustered. Somebody played a moan in the middle of my
Oh my
explanation.
god.
Next up on the list, you have just below that is Midwest emo core because we know that shit hits just right when you need it. Okay,
hmm
emo, like the emo movement was huge in the Midwest because none of us had fucking anything else to do, so we were all sad bitches and we could finally show it on the outside, and we had music to go with it.
True.
No, Speed, we are not gonna have meth on this list.
We should have
Midwest.
added that. Meth would be geez Louise, you betcha. No, that'd
Jeez
be her.
Louise, you betcha.
You betcha I'm addicted to meth and heroin. Sorry.
My God.
I'm sorry.
No, I love it. In the middle, Midwest classic. I mean, it is what it is. It's the tier speaks for itself. It is a fucking classic. Just below that is mayo. Because as we know, if you're in the Midwest, mayo is fucking spicy, okay? But it's not that spicy. I'm being sarcastic. I do not think mayo is spicy, just as a disclaimer here. But mayo is like, it's plain, it's bland, it's nothing fancy. People in the Midwest seem to think it's fancy. It's not. We're going to talk about that later. It's
Yeah.
there. Bottom of the list is your basic bitch shit. Okay? This is stuff that's like, it's every day. It's maybe not just Midwest, but also like, it's just it kind of sucks. Let's just be honest. It is the
Yeah.
pumpkin spice latte of the Midwest. It's overhyped and it's not that great. So this is our tier list. We're each doing our own tier lists, I believe. So I don't know. Are we gonna agree on where things are, or how's the plan?
So I figured we would like go through them together and then we'd like rank them, like make our own tier list, you know? And
Okay, okay.
then sorry, I like sneezed like 3 times back to back. So we would
We're
be
so
like
prepared.
we'd be like describing it. This is the first one, right? We'd do that one and we'd talk about it, and then we'd place on the tier list, and at the end we'd compare where like our tier lists.
I like it. I like it. I'm here for it. All right. So the first thing on there, I think for both of us should be describing driving by the time it takes to get somewhere.
See, I would put that like Midwest classic because I feel like it's really not. I mean, it is special to the Midwest because like if someone asks you like how long does it take to get to like the UP, like oh it takes like 4 to 6 hours, you know. But like it's not like it's not like the best thing about the Midwest, nor is it like nor does it hit different or like hit the way that it's supposed to. It's just kind of like a thing that like you grow up and you don't even think about doing it because like when I talk to people that are not from like the Midwest, they're like, oh okay, that shit like they don't do that, but like it's not like I'm gonna die on this hill for my Midwesternness. So,
I agree with that. I actually almost want to put it at Mayo, but I
mhm.
will say, so I okay, here's my thing. I think it's a helpful thing because I went to California with my cousins, right? And we were like trying to find some place, so we stopped and asked for directions. The guy's like 5 miles up the road. I'm like, what the fuck is 5 miles? Is that 5 minutes? Like, what's 5 miles? Just tell me how long I have to drive up the fucking road. I don't care what the distance is, sir. Give me time. Just tell me because then when I hit that 5 minutes, I'm gonna be like, where is this place? Obviously, I don't think you're driving a mile a minute unless you're driving 60 miles per hour. I know. Oh, math hurts my brain.
Yeah, it's a mile a minute, but 60 miles an hour. But like I think just knowing how long it's gonna take to get somewhere is way more helpful than knowing the actual distance. Like, I don't
I
care.
agree.
I don't
I
care
agree
that it's
100%.
30 miles. I don't give a shit. That's like 40 minutes. That's 40 minutes, bro. Um, okay. I think so I'm putting that in Midwest Classic. in
Yeah,
you.
I actually am doing the same. I debated between that and Mayo, but yeah. Now, somebody in my chat did make a point that directions by landmark are still superior to directions by time driven, and that I do find valid, but still.
I don't
uh,
know any directions. You say if you say north to me, I that north doesn't exist.
I used to know directions, but ever since I moved here, I don't know which way is north because my house used to face north, so it was easy.
Hmm.
But here, I think my house faces east. I don't fucking know. I
Uh,
don't know.
so the next one is driving everywhere. I hate driving. I fucking hate when I found out that like there are people that don't like drive to fucking Florida when they live in like uh Tennessee, which is like half the distance for like driving from like Michigan. I was like, no, like that shit's fucking annoying. And I hate being in the car because I get motion sickness. So I'm putting that in mail because I fucking hate driving. I hate driving. It's the worst.
Okay, so here's the thing. I am always like, "Oh my god, I hate driving everywhere." But and I hated taking a road trip to Florida as a kid. We talked about Florida road trips when we were making
Hmm.
this. But here's the thing. Like, so my job gave me the option. Like, we had to go to Chicago for work, and they were like, "Oh, you can drive there or you can fly." And I'm like, "To fly there, I have to drive an hour to get to the fucking airport, and then I have to fly to the airport in Chicago, which is like hour and a half, 2 hours. And then to get to the location they wanted me at, it was another hour-long drive." And I'm like, or I can drive there from my house in like 4 hours, which is about the same amount of time, and I can stop and go to the bathroom wherever and whenever I want. Well, okay, not wherever. Let's just get that
Yeah,
clear. I'm not gonna go piss on the side of the road. But what I'm saying
pissing next to the roadkill.
like, ooh, mark my territory. That's my possum. But no, like, I can go whenever I want, and like, it didn't matter. And I was like, yeah, yeah, I'm gonna just. I drove. I fucking drove.
Well, I feel like driving to Chicago from Michigan isn't really like that bad. I just like hate when like you drive to like northern Michigan because it's all fucking side roads. It's dark as fuck. And like I used to live like in like the Saginaw Bay area, and driving like from where I live now to Saginaw is like a 2 to 3 hour drive. But like the last hour and a half is just pure darkness if you're driving in the dark or like in the rain. And I really hate driving. I just, to be fair, it's because I got into a car accident, but like I just really hate driving. I
That's fair. I do hate driving at night on Michigan because like when I drive back from Ohio, I always try to make sure it's going to be daylight when I'm driving back because I end up getting stuck on a bunch of side roads,
Mhm.
and I'm like waiting for the time that a fucking deer jumps out in front of my car, and it's just like
Oh my god, that is like my biggest
oh,
fucking fear because I have a small car too. I don't have like I don't
same.
got that Midwest pickup truck, but I have a Pontiac vibe. I hit a deer, my car's going kaboom. Like,
Yeah, I have a Toyota Yaris, which if you don't know is just basically a Prius but cheaper.
mhm.
So like, and it's 14 years old. So if I hit a deer, it's dying. The car is crumpling like my sanity.
Yeah,
Like
like
it's all over.
me, the car, and the deer are all dying if I hit it with my Pontiac vibe.
I'm trying to get an SUV though, so I can hit a deer properly, like a true Midwest.
Oh my fucking god, dude! I swear for birds. Holy
Me
shit!
too. Me too. I do.
Wanting to
I don't
hit
want to hit a
what
deer.
if hitting the deer like a true Midwesterner is wild.
I don't actually want to
I
hit
know,
a
I
deer.
know, I know. But like, I just have the idea of like you, like as your model, like in like a giant like SUV, just fucking like ramming into like 30 deer. Like that was like the picture that I had in my head, which I don't know.
Wait, chatting and driving streams when?
Oh my god. VTuber meta is being made right now, guys. We're taking you on the Iron Mouse bike in the Midwest so you can see how terrible the fucking roads are.
Pothole simulator.
Oh my god, they should make that. They should make that a game. I would buy that like instantly. But I could
Oh
just
my
go
god.
outside and play Pothole Simulator. We didn't put potholes on here.
Shit. Okay, we'll have to add those before the end.
Okay, they'll be like honorable mentions. Okay, haunted house attractions. See, okay, I don't think this is because especially since like the whole like pumpkin spice latte bullshit came out. Not okay. I like pumpkin spice latte. I don't know why I said pumpkin spice latte bullshit, but like I feel like any like the fall like related activities that were like heavily like midwestern like when we were growing up, you know, like are very like mainstream now, and now there's like shit like that in like places where they don't have like a lot of corn or like just like you know like that like fall like crisp like spooky vibe. Like it's not like the same, and it's a lot
Yeah.
more like what's the word,
It's mainstream. It's not hip to
yeah.
be like Midwest goth and like into the creepy shit anymore. Everybody's into it. It's Pinterest. It's on fucking Pinterest, damn it.
So I
I
would
love
probably
Pinterest.
put haunted house attraction and corn mazes and basic bitch shit, just because like it used to be like cool. It used to be like, oh my god, like I love go like as a kid that shit was cool. As an adult, like I'll go on TikTok and I'm like, oh, this person lives in Miami and they have a corn maze. That makes sense. That follows.
Okay, I've not seen a Miami corn maze. Haunted house attractions. As somebody who fucking worked at one for years, basic bitch shit. I can vibe with that. Um, corn maze. I'm gonna put that in Mayo. I feel like that's a little less uncommon, and I don't know what it is. I have a fascination with corn mazes, but I also haven't been in one since high school, and I feel like if I got in one now, I just get angry really fast. I'd be like, "Get me the fuck out of here."
I feel like
Which I
if
did
I
get.
I feel like if I did a corn maze now, I think I'd actually have a panic attack. I remember when I was like little, I'd be like, "Oh my god, it's so fun that I'm lost." I did that. If I do that shit now, bro, I'm like dying inside the corn maze. I'm never coming out because I'm gonna start crying halfway through.
Okay. So like I've already shared one story about pissing my pants on stream. Here comes the second one.
Mhm.
I was like 14. I was in a corn maze with my friends and it was a haunted corn maze. And I got really angry because it was my class. We went on a class trip and the guys kept running through the fucking corn walls and screaming at us to scare us. And my friends and I were lost and I had to piss so bad. And one of them jumped through and scared me and I peed my pants, but a little bit, not like a lot. But it was enough that I was like, oh my God, if I don't get the fuck out of this corn maze right now. So then I literally was just like, where did you come from? He's like, outside. I'm like, lead us back now. So we just like cut through the wall. I was like, I have to pee. And that was my story about peeing myself a little bit in a corn maze.
I have I have a story about being in a corn maze, but it's like kind of disgusting.
Okay, well,
How do
you
you
have to
feel
start
about
now.
how do you feel about people talking about periods on stream?
Oh, I'm fine with period talk.
Okay,
Girl, I got PCOS. We be bleeding every day.
so the last time I did a corn maze, I was 16. Okay, and I used to swim, and this is like during the fall. So like in the fall, in at least like in Michigan, like that's like swim. That's like girls swim season,
Okay.
and so we had like a team bonding thing, and uh I was on my period. Okay, I had a tampon in because I was like we had practice that morning, and like I just had always like just I've been very used to using tampons my whole life. You know, we're going through the cord maze, and like I'm like really fucking scared because I get scared very easily. And
Okay.
these girls on my team like had like run off, and so I was by myself, and it's like a haunted cord maze. This guy jumps out, scares the shit out of me. I almost pissed myself, but instead of pissing myself, I literally there was so much pressure like down there that I literally like popped my own tampon out, and it was so bad. It was so fucking bad that I popped my own tampon out, and then I had to like run through the fucking maze to find the exit, which was like another like horrifying thing because I'm like fucking like trying not to bleed everywhere because I'm wearing like jeans, you know, and I like come out of the maze and like the girls on my team are like, oh my god, like you finally got through. Like, you want to? I'm like, no. I like run in the bathroom, fucking like, oh my god. It was like, it was so gross. It was probably like the most disgusting like period thing that's ever happened to me. And it was in a fucking corn maze where I fucking popped my own tampon out, and yeah, um, I
My chat is like, oh no. Ah!
yeah. It was definitely a time.
When the Kegels are too strong.
Also, hi Raven. We're doing a Midwest tier list, and I was talking about how I scared myself and popped my own tampon out.
I'm crying. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
That's beautiful.
it's.
Thank you for sharing.
But the thing is, like, that's happened to me multiple times. Where like like where I get scared, like something will startle me, and I'll pop my own tampon out. Yeah.
My friend Germ, who I call my mom, I've known him for years, says
Mhm.
congrats on the gorilla grip.
I don't think that's what it is though. If I have like gorilla grip, I feel like that means that like I don't know.
Maybe you're just like squeezing it too hard and the tampon just can't take the pressure. It's like, I'm out, homie.
It's kind of like a cork. It's kind of like a cork. It pops.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
champagne pussy.
Champagne pussy. It's wild. Holy shit. Okay. Oh, we have Buttermaid. That's like a classic. That's like Midwest emo core. Because like Buttermaid chips are good. Like they're better than other
Yeah.
chips.
They're pretty swell. I quite like them. I don't think I had them. I knew that they had them in Ohio, but like here in Michigan, they seem to like pop off. Like I've gone to bars where they're like, "Oh, you get a sandwich and you get chips," and they give you Bettermade every time.
Yeah. I live really close to where the Buttermaid factory is because it's in Detroit, and they have like I'm trying to like think. I'm gonna Google what they look like so I can show my chat. I'll send a picture of it.
Okay.
They're called rainbow chips, and they're like the burnt ones when like they make the chips, and they're really fucking good.
I want to see these now. I
Here,
need
I'll
to
send a
know what the
picture of it to
fucking rainbow
you
chip
in
is.
our DMs.
Oh, they're like the dark one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Things that you have to think about before you say it, right?
Midwest classic. Oh, thank you for the follow. Geronito Bear? I don't.
Oh, that's Germ.
Oh,
That's my mom.
oh,
It's
okay.
not really
Hi.
my mom. She's dead, but
Valid. Hi,
you're
Rachel's
like,
mom.
oh, awkward.
No, it's not awkward. I trust me. I, I get it. We don't need to trauma dump on stream, but I get it. I get it. Yeah.
You're fine.
Just let me tell you, I get it. Just but other parent. Anyways,
Chips. Okay, I
I
showed
love
them.
chips. Almost popped my tampon out. I'm kidding. Festivals named after produce. Okay,
I'm crying.
I'm kind of a shut-in, so like I never go to these things, but like I see them all the time. I want to put that in like Midwest classic, but I also feel like it's also kind of in the Mayo tier because this is like the same thing with like the haunted houses and the corn mazes. It used to be a cute like little Midwest thing, and then all these people from other places were like, "Wow, that's so cute and like quirky. We want to do it too," you know? Like,
Okay, I digress. For me, Midwest emo core. Like I grew up going to the fucking in Ohio. There's like Tomato Festival, Sweet Corn Festival, and Pumpkin Festival. Like those are the big three. And like you'd take off school. Sometimes you'd get off school to go to the festivals. Oh my
mhm.
god, I loved it. It was so great. It was like oh, it was so much fun. Also though, there was parts of it where it's just like great. I'm walking around in fucking mud all day, and I'm eating things that are flavored with tomato that shouldn't be, and I'm also allergic to tomatoes, so I have a rash on my face, but I really like them, and I'm here existing because I'm a Midwesterner. Shit, maybe it is lower tier for me. No, I'm sticking by my guns. It's Midwest emo core.
Oh, see, we'd always have like the strawberry or cherry festivals here because like the Michigan cherries, and they were fun. I just like didn't. I like went to them when I was little. I haven't gone to one since like basically since I like turned 18 when I could be like I make my own decisions. I don't like to leave the house.
I make my own decisions. I'm agoraphobic now.
Yeah, pretty much. No, but actually, professionally diagnosed agoraphobic.
Eh,
um,
yo, oh man,
Hello.
the
Also,
fucking
hi
cherry
Vivek.
festival. I do
Thank
want to
you
go to that
for
here at
throwing
some
something
point
at
because I
me.
do really like cherries, and ever since I moved to Michigan, I'm like, hell yeah, get the good
Dude,
cherries.
Michigan cherries are so good because like
They
I
are.
I really really like cherries. But like I don't like them when like I go to like other places. Like I'll like because like like when like you go like on vacation, like you'll buy like food at like the grocery store, so you don't spend all your money like especially if you have, like a kitchen like in like the hotel that you're staying at.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
like I'm like ooh cherries, and I pick them up, and then they taste like shit. Like they taste absolutely terrible. But like
Literally, yes.
sometimes you'll see like oh Michigan cherries. You're like okay, but then like they have like the been transported in a freezer for too long kind of taste to them.
Yeah.
It's kind of like apples too. I feel like Michigan apples taste really good compared to like other places.
Yeah, like any kind of like Ohio had a lot of orchards, so like apples were really good if you got them from the fucking orchard. But like the cherries were never really good. And I remember going to school and people being like, "Oh my god, I love cherries," and I'm like, I don't understand it. And then my uncle's family's from Michigan, so they would
Hmm.
bring back a bunch of Michigan cherries and cherry pies with them. And I finally was like, well, I guess I'll try it, even though I fucking hate cherry pie. And I was like, this is like a fucking religious experience in my mouth right now. Like, what is this?
You
So
know,
now I'm like, I love it, but it has to be Michigan.
you know that really I think it's from like the 80s like the She's My Cherry Pie song.
Yes.
That song was about Michigan. That song was not about a stripper. So that song was about Michigan for real. But like, oh my god, like the dark cherries are the best. Like because there are like two different
Yes.
types of cherries. There's like the little like pink ones, and then there's like the
Yeah.
dark cherries, and the dark cherries are so fucking good.
Yeah, they're like really rich and also like tart, but like they're just more bold in flavor.
They're juicy.
Yeah.
And your stomach doesn't hurt if you eat like a whole bag of them. Whereas if you eat like cherries from anywhere else, your body like literally has like it seizes up on you, and you're like, oh, that's too much acid in my stomach. But like Michigan cherries, you can eat them like all day.
They're so good. I had a neighbor with a cherry tree, and that was as close as I ever got to like Michigan cherries when I lived in Ohio, because they were fresh and they were sweet and delicious, and I would just like nosh on those motherfuckers. But Michigan cherries just they hit different. They're so good.
They are really. I feel like fruit from Michigan just like okay, except for like citrus fruit, because like I have family in like Miami, and so like when I go down there, like I'll have like mangoes or like pineapple or bananas, and like they taste like way better. But like apples, cherries, peaches, like they just taste better in Michigan. Like I know Georgia's like known for peaches, but like I've had pretty good peaches in Michigan. I don't know. I also just feel like the produce in Michigan is just better because like there's like a higher standard for produce because like there are like all these like small farmers that have like the produce like festivals and stuff like that. So like you get a lot of fresh produce when like you live here versus like when you go to like other places where they don't have a lot of like farming communities.
Well, okay, and here's the thing. So Meyer is based here. And like
Mhm.
we had Meyer in Ohio, and that was where everybody went for their fucking produce because the produce was just superior at Meyer. And I understand why now living here cuz the produce here genuinely is like better fucking produce.
So this is like I don't know if this is like a local thing like where I live or if they have them where you live. Go to Joe Randazzo's for produce. Joe Randazzo's has
Okay.
like the best produce. Like almost like it's way better than Meyer because it's not like a giant chain grocery store. And like they get fresh produce like every single day. It's so fucking good. And it's like a specifically like a produce place to go to.
Okay, I'm trying to see if there's not a Joe's near me. It's a Detroit area
Oh,
thing.
okay. But yeah, it's
Tragic.
really, really good. Oh my god, we do an IRL stream where I take you to Joe Randazzo's. Oh. But yeah, Joe Randazzo's top tier, S tier produce. And they also have a bakery, which is really nice. And they have like little baklava and like little cakes and stuff like that.
Oh my god. I love all the little small businesses and bakeries here. They make me really happy. At first I was like, "Oh my god, my chain restaurants. There's not enough chains here." And now that I've been living here, I'm like, Why the fuck did my basic ass fat white bitch want all these chain restaurants? Give me small mom and pop places all day, especially the fucking Greek food. Oh, it slaps.
Oh, yeah, true. Also, if you ever have the chance, if you ever you go to Detroit, you should go to this place called Hopcat. They have a lot of like,
Oh, we have Hopcat here.
oh, okay, cool, okay, cool. Because they have a lot of like, when they do brunch, they have a lot of vegan stuff too. Um,
Ooh.
and like, because I'm like super allergic to eggs, like to the point where like if I have egg in something, I will literally be like, oh, well, thank you for the rash, and then my throat gets like really scratchy.
Oh, that's like my sister. She's really allergic to eggs like that too.
Um, but they have like these tofu eggs for their brunch, and it's so fucking good. They have like a tofu egg hash, and it my favorite thing. There's also a place in Royal Oak called Pronto's, which is pretty good. But yeah, like there's a lot of really good like mom and pop places. I think now, like I think like probably like 8 years ago, like a lot of stuff was closing, and then like right before COVID, everything was like starting to like be really good for people like here, and then COVID hit, and then like it's kind of like back to like where a lot of these places are closing. But I think now, like it could have been a couple. Not that like COVID's over, obviously, but like um, I mean, a Midwest tier list is tier list for things that are the Midwest. Um, I think now like we're seeing a lot of like newer places open, and it's like really exciting because a lot of them like actually like don't just serve like greasy ass food. And like I love a Coney Island, but like being able to go feel bougie for like not spending that much money at a mom and pop place hits different.
Yeah, I tried my first Coney Island the other day and it was okay, but like people were like telling me that the fries are good and I was like, "What are these are awful. These taste like frozen fries that somebody just microwaved. Like these things are rancid."
Okay,
But
but did you go to a Leo's or did you go to a Nationals? There's a diff.
Leo's, I went to
Okay,
Leo's.
yeah. See, the fries at Leo's are really bad. The fries at Nationals are really good, but the best thing at Leo's is the chicken, the chicken finger wrap with no mayo, no cheese, and ranch.
Oh, okay, okay. That does sound good. Damn
Because I
it, I
usually
could
get
take
that
that.
and like a side like a salad. Because I basically just I eat the wrap like a salad anyways because I break it up. But yeah, it's good. The
I
fries
had
are
somebody in my
ass though at
chat.
Leo's.
Yeah, they were so bad. I had someone in my chat who just said, "I'm British. I have no idea what tier list I'm looking at."
Okay, so like think of like the of America, right? God, wait 1 second. I'm sorry. Thank you so much for the raid. How was your stream? Did you have fun with the crosshair I gave you? Also thank you for the follow. We're doing a Midwest tier list right now, with Rachel, and yeah, I hope you had a good stream. If you need to like dip and like go like take care of yourself, please do. Um, it actually worked for me, so yes, let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. But yeah, I hope you had a good stream, and thank you for stopping in. Oh, sorry, I had to say thank you to somebody.
You're okay.
So like, if you think of a tier list, right, of like America, and like you think of like the state that looks like a glove, and then the three states underneath it, Wisconsin, and then sometimes Iowa, depending on how like they're acting. That's what we're ranking.
I got a map. I got a map. We're
Oh,
ranking this part of America.
yeah. Everything that we say is 100% true. And if you disagree and you're from that area, well, then fuck you.
I just described a corn maze to him and he said, "So a vegetable labyrinth."
Vegetable labyrinth is insane. That's the most British fucking thing I've ever heard in my entire
You need to
life.
start calling them vegetable labyrinths.
They're not
Hey
called.
guys, it's fall. You guys want to go to the vegetable labyrinth?
Uh, yeah, I just like. But yeah, there's really good produce in Michigan. That's my
Yes,
final say.
I agree. Okay, baseball.
Okay, I love baseball. Okay, it is my favorite sport. It's the only sport that I actually know what's happening, and it's because I used to go to like Detroit Tigers games like every fucking Sunday with my grandpa, or whatever day they are, with my grandpa, and it was like my favorite thing in the whole world. So I like me like emotionally want to put that in Jeez Louise You Betcha, but like it probably deserves to be in Midwest emo core. But I'm putting that in S tier because I love baseball. I love
Yeah,
baseball
do
so
it. Pop
much.
off. Okay, so I have different opinions. So I grew up really liking like softball and shit and baseball. Which is probably why people always like gay coded me because they're like, you play softball? I'm like, yeah. Anyways, but I digress. Baseball. My sister literally loves baseball. Her and her boyfriend will travel all over the Midwest to go watch fucking baseball games. I think it's boring as hell. I'm so sorry. But my sister also is like really into pumpkin spice lattes and plaid and taking pictures with like her cats, like family photos with her and her boyfriend. And she photographs people and she likes like the fucking red pickup truck photos and
Hmm.
shit. So it's basic bitch. I'm so sorry. My sister is like the most basic fucking bitch that I know. I love her to death, but for me it's basic bitch.
My favorite thing about baseball games isn't even like it's like okay, first of all, like just watching baseball kind of boring, but like going to a baseball game, like yeah, baseball's kind of boring, but like there's so many opportunities to one people watch, and then like when you get bored of like just sitting there like in the stands, you can like walk around. And at Detroit Tiger Stadium, they have like a Ferris wheel, and the Ferris wheel's little baseballs, and you can just like go on it. It's so fun, and I just love
Okay,
baseball
that's cute.
games.
Okay, that's cute. That's fair. Yeah, I don't know. For me, it's still basic, but I also just like, I think I don't have the attention span for it. And I grew up going to like a Columbus Clippers games in
Hmm.
Ohio, and that stadium got torn the fuck down. I don't even think the Clippers exist as a team anymore, tragically.
I can
But like, I liked it when I was little.
Yeah, I love baseball. Like I would like okay, someone like proposed to me at a baseball like game with like the fucking jumbo cram. I would dump them like on the spot in front of everybody, and embarrass them as much as they're embarrassing me. But like baseball is just I never got to catch a ball, but like dude, it's my dream.
They do exist. I just Googled them.
Okay, cool. But yeah, Detroit Tigers kind of suck, but like that's just also part of being in the Midwest is just cheering on teams that suck ass.
Yeah, that's the thing. There, but okay, the fucking what is it? The Cleveland Browns, the fucking
Hmm.
football team. Yeah, my sister and her boyfriend love them. I'm like, they never win, and she's like, doesn't matter. They have a fucking flag for them in their front yard. Their neighbors make fun of them. I'm like, you guys are insane. Like, but like
Dude,
that's a Midwest thing too. Cheering on sports teams and having a hardcore dedication to the ones that are shit because they're your team.
it was a really bad time to be a football hater when the Lions were actually doing well, because I was like, okay, when are they gonna like actually when are they just gonna fumble and like lose the Super Bowl, and they didn't even make it to the Super Bowl. And then
No.
everybody here on Facebook, like, dude, I don't even use Facebook, but I get notifications for like when my mom posts stuff because my mom was like hardcore on Facebook. And dude, there was like conspiracy theories that like the refs were like targeting like the not the Tigers, the Lions like specifically. And I'm like, bro, you think maybe they're just a little ass and not professional? And
I've
so like they
heard
get
about
red
all
carded.
that.
Like, oh my god. Like there's so much drama. I'm like, it's low key like kind of entertaining because of how like much people are like conspiracy theorying like football, but also like let's just accept this is never gonna happen again and move on.
Yeah, I had a friend growing up, her and her boyfriend, he would always want to host like fucking tailgates at their apartment. And like they're married and shit now, but like when they were dating, he was ready to break up with her at a point because like she decided to invite a bunch of her friends over to the tailgate party as well. And she's like, we have all this fucking food, like come eat free food. And we were like, oh, do we have to watch football? She's like, I mean, yeah, that's what the guys are gonna be doing. So like, there's not really they didn't have like space to do any other activities. So we're like, all
Thank you,
right, we'll just
Shu,
sit
for
and eat.
throwing
And
things
then
at
we all
me.
made the decision that we were gonna cheer on the opposite team. Um,
I've done that.
and
I've done that because I
so
fucking hate tailgating. And when I went to college, bro, I would literally just cheer for the other team.
yeah, and like she got so into it, she got real aggressive and like would jump up and go and like doing like the barking and being like, yeah, go. And then she just would point to him and be like, your team fucking sucks. And he got so angry and took it so personally. And she was like, I don't even fucking know what's going on. She's like, I just know that you guys are mad, so I'm cheering when you're angry.
It's just like it's so. I think it's like a genetic trait if you're from the Midwest and you're a man. Like they get so mad. They get so mad, and it's like, okay, you're gonna like destroy an entire fucking block because your little silly football team didn't win. Like I get being like a fan. Okay, like I'm a Taylor Swift fan. I'm a Swiftie. Okay, I understand the ride or die for your like your team or like your person or whatever. But like, bro, it's football. They're gonna play again. Like, chill out.
Oh my god, I remember. Okay, this is like my last like football run of that. But okay, my uncle super into football, and I used to live with them a lot when I was in high school because I didn't get along with my parents all that well. So like
Mhm.
I would just live with them during the summers. And my uncle one time like got into it with my aunt over a fucking. He was already mad and like heated over the football team, and then the commercial comes on, and there's like a car dealership like commercial, and my aunt goes, "Oh, that's a nice blue car," and my uncle starts arguing that the car's not blue, and like they get into it, and my aunt's like, "Why are you so mad about this?" And he's like, "It's not fucking blue." And then she stops and she's like, "You're you're fucking colorblind, remember?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, you're right."
Oh my god. Okay, this is also about sports, but Thanksgiving, bro, because when they have like the Thanksgiving game, it is the most like uncomfortable, like the first couple hours of Thanksgiving, because like everyone's just like everyone who's like a normal human being is just like sitting at the table, chilling, talking, or sitting in the living room, drinking. And then like you have like the grown men, they're just hovering everything. Because like they're not in the room to watch the football game. They're just like hovering so they like look like they're like, participating in like, a family holiday. But like the
Yeah, yeah,
second something happens, they fucking like roadrunner dash to the fucking TV. And it's like, I don't know. It's the funniest fucking shit to see my uncles just like losing their mind over like football. Because like at least like my family, so like my mom's side, they're from the Dominican Republic, and then my dad's family's Iraqi. Like they're not even like from here, bro. And they're like in like the fucking Midwest, like deep fucking like football like gaslighting.
they bought themselves into it. They're like, "I'm here now and I'm going to commit to this." Like
Yeah, that shit hits different when you're like
people people
foreign
say that
family.
fucking politics and religion cause the most drama at family dinners. No, fucking Thanksgiving, it's football. Fucking football makes the party awkward at Thanksgiving.
Especially if you have relatives that live outside of the state and are rooting for another team.
Oh, listen, my like I said, my uncle's family, Michigan. My family, all from Ohio. And fucking Michigan State, Ohio State. Ugh. Thanksgiving was so stressful if those teams were playing, or for any holiday if those teams were playing. It was just like,
So my
I'm
brother
sitting here.
my brother went to U of M, and uh my uncle went to Michigan State. And like every time that they have the Michigan State U of M game, which are like both like Michigan like colleges,
Yeah.
um they'll have like a big family thing where they all like go and watch the game. And like I've like just stopped going. I've stopped going because like halfway through some like that it just like you just get like that vibe where you're like, wow, something like a chair is getting thrown, or like people are gonna start screaming, because like my brother and my uncle will start like literally like going to war over fucking like, they're like and then like 10 minutes later they're like fine. But I'm like, I cannot be around this. I cannot be around this. Like, what is going on right now?
Fighting about people they have no control over.
It's like when like you like it's like when your grandpa talks to TV when he's watching like a fucking like drama or like a sitcom. Like, okay, nothing's gonna change the louder you speak at them. Like, and maybe it's just like a sports thing. Like, it probably is like a thing that people from other places do. But I feel like in the Midwest, it's like so deeply rooted in like your personality, what sports team you root for. Because like if you go like anywhere else, like yeah, there's like school and like state pride, but like you will never drive down like a road like I'm saying like I'm gonna use Florida because Florida's like the best example that I have. And like yeah, like you see like Florida Gator stuff, you see like Florida State, but like every fucking street in Michigan, like during like football season with Michigan State and U of M, it's like everything is everywhere. There's like fucking like fast food chains get into it. Like you get like the free
Yes.
cups. Like
Yeah. No. as somebody who doesn't give a fuck
I
about
will
sports, ever since
eat
moving
2
here, when I have to have somebody come out and
corn
like do maintenance on my house for
dogs.
whatever, like it always gets to be like some conversation about like, oh, how long have you lived here? I'm like, oh, I moved here like a year and a half ago. Are you from here? No, I'm from Ohio. And then it instantly becomes like scary because they're like, are you an OSU fan? And I'm like, no.
It's like a
And then
threat. It's like a threat. Are you?
yeah, I'm like, I don't care about sports and I hate Ohio. Does that help you feel better about doing like work in my house? And they're always like, yeah. I'm like, okay, please don't kill me.
Please don't murder
Like,
me.
I am a lady who lives alone and I am scared. Please do not murder me, maintenance man.
Thank you, Samurai, for the corn
Okay,
dog
okay.
and the give me
Uh,
love.
we should move on to the next one. We've
Okay.
gone on a sports rant for a really long time, I feel.
Yeah, we watching tornadoes rather than taking shelter. I feel like that's just a white people thing because like my family doesn't do that.
My family did, and it literally gave me fucking trauma because like the sirens would be going off, and my mom's just standing out on the front porch looking up at the dark sky, wind whipping, and shouting back in the house, like, I see a funnel cloud above me, and I'm like, Mom, don't. And she's just like, look at the wind, it's so intense. And I'm like, oh my God.
I'm really glad I never had to live through the whole like watching weather thing because like the second like the weather would get like slightly bad, both my parents would be like, okay, stay in the house, like we're closing the windows, like doing everything that you're supposed to do when there's like fucking extreme weather. That's the same thing with fucking snow. Like motherfuckers who drive in like 10 feet of snow, they're like, we can go
Oh
to
my
work.
God.
My parents are like, no, like this is like fucking this is a weather's catastrophe. Like it's like I never lived through the whole like watching my parents go outside, stand on the porch, and be like, whale. That cloud over there looks like it's getting closer. It's gonna suck up everything in the fucking street. Because like I lived through like I think like one tornado ever.
Oh my God. I've been
And
through 2.
like nobody in my family does that. Like even like my relatives like who are like married off to like other like I almost said like other races. Like that sounds so bad. Who like married like white guys basically. And but yeah, my family like never does that shit. So I'm putting that in basic bitch shit just because like I feel like that's just a white people thing. I don't know.
I put it in Midwest classic for me because I feel like it is so Midwest. And now in the age of TikTok, oh my God, you see so many people with their fucking phones, but they're all from the Midwest. They're all from the Midwest out there just like, look at the tornado. And there's always that one person in the background like, yes, grandpa. Like,
Yeah, I mean that is true that it's always people from the Midwest. I think it's also people that are like from like the Kansas like area too.
oh yeah, absolutely. Because they're fucking Tornado Alley over
But
there.
like they should know better. Like they how many times is their trailer parks need to be ripped up before they realize that you stay inside? Just stay inside. Go to a shelter.
Oh my God. No, it's so true though. Like everybody wants to stay out and watch it. And it's like, this is
Have
horrifying.
you not
No.
learned from before that you're gonna get hurt?
You're not in the movie Twister, bitches.
Oh, take your tractor to school day. I feel like is like Midwest emo core because okay, I lived in like a city like growing up, like when I went to high school, middle school, and like
Same, same.
people. There was one kid. I almost fucking said his full name. Who would bring his. That's another Midwest thing, like knowing like some people's like full fucking names.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and like bro was from Detroit driving it. He would bring his tractor to school, and I'm like, what is wrong with you? But like when I went to college, I found out that that was like a very normal thing. I thought that one kid was just weird, but no, apparently it's a thing.
Yeah. So like when I was in high school, I went to a school in a fucking city, but it was a private school, so like kids were from all over the state that would come to the school. And we had like 2 kids that owned like farms, and
Mm-hmm.
like the one kid brought his tractor to school one day, and I was like, "Bruh, what is this?" And then this other girl who was the other one who had a farm was like, "Oh, like in the small towns that we're from, that's a completely normal thing." And I'm like, why did this man drive his tractor like an hour to school?
They're
Like,
not
what?
fast. It takes a long
Yeah,
time to drive a
I
tractor.
know. I was like, what is he doing? And he thought it would be so funny to do it. And he was on time, so you know that motherfucker had to leave so early.
He
But I'm
he
putting it
left his house at 5 a.m. to drive his 10-mile-an-hour tractor to school.
yes, I am putting it in mayo though, and the reason I'm doing that is because we called him Big Mayonnaise because he is the pastiest, whitest kid you would ever see with hair that was the same color as his skin, and he sweat all the time. So everybody just called him Big Mayo.
Yeah, I'm putting that. It literally felt like a fucking like it was like a shell shock to me when I like went to college and people were like, "Yeah, you had bring your tractor to school day." I'm like, "No." Oh, 1 second. Thank you so much for the raid, Glossy. How are you? What were you streaming? I typed in the wrong thing. Thank you so much for the raid. Hi, Glossy. Today we're doing a Midwest tier list with Rachel Pop. We are just discussing things because we're both from like the Midwest area of like United States, and I will show you like where the Midwest is because I know. I think you're EU. The Midwest is like. Can I please click on this image? Also, thank you for the follow, Eggnog. I played Final Fantasy. Ooh, that sounds fun. Let me zoom in. So like the Midwest is like this area of like the United States, and we're like talking shit about being from there and like yeah. But yeah, if you need a raid and dip and like go take care of yourself, I totally understand. But yeah, that's what we're doing today. I hope you had a really good stream. I hope Final Fantasy was a lot of fun. And yeah. Sorry. There's one on the tier list like I kind of want to skip to do, but I want to leave it for like.
Okay, let's be good and keep going.
Okay.
Diligently. All right, so corn.
Jeez Louise, you betcha, bro.
Absolutely,
Motherfuckers be putting corn in, I don't even like corn like that because to me it's kind of like hot gushers when like you eat like normal corn.
I like it. I like the gush. I like it when my corn squirts.
Thank you for the lurk. I hope you have a good sleep. Also, thank you for the follow, Coast to Coast, Casey. I like corn on the cob when it's grilled. I really don't like corn when it's just like separated because it feels like hot gushers. Also,
okay, that's valid.
You can't properly digest it, but like also it is the most Midwest shit because like if there's a way you could put corn in it, you put corn in it. Like there's a place called Famous Dave's. They have mac and cheese. They fucking put corn in their mac and cheese.
Okay, that's weird to me.
Yeah, they put corn in the mac and cheese. It's so weird. And like every casserole has fucking corn in it. Doesn't matter if it's like a sweet they put corn in it. And like there's like a million different recipes for corn. Like if you Google corn Michigan or like corn Midwestern recipes, there's like at least 172 results for like how to make corn sound like a snack.
I literally Googled corn Midwest recipes, Midwest living, first one, 22 corn recipes.
Yeah, like corn is just like essential to the Midwest. Like if you live here and you've never had corn, then there's something wrong with you. But also like corn's kind of mid, but like but like you eat it anyways because it's you just got to, you know, you betcha. Yeah, you bet you love your corn. But yeah, because even my mom fucking like loves a shout of corn, and I'm like,
I love
girl.
it. I love corn. I did get questioned on why I put corn mazes at mayo and then the corn itself at cheese Louise, you betcha. But like it's just different when you're eating it. It's a different experience. It's delicious. And yeah, I don't know. Corn season comes around and like everybody in the fucking Midwest loses their shit. They're like it's time to eat the corn. Like we become fucking corn people.
I low-key want to DoorDash you the corn mac and cheese because it's so it's good. It's good. Like it sounds vile because there's like it's like jalapenos cheese, and corn. That's like the only things that are in it, and it's so weird, but also it is really good. It sounds gross, but like it's pretty good.
Somebody in my chat said KFC has a bowl that's mac and cheese with corn and chicken. I've had it, but not with mac and cheese. I've had mashed potatoes and gravy in it instead, but it does slap.
Also, like you put corn on some, like if you like put corn on like pretty much anything, it kind of makes it taste better. It doesn't have much flavor, but like it'll.
It adds a little sweetness, a little texture.
Yeah. Wait, someone in my chat said corn and mac and cheese is so good. Okay, thank God there's somebody that's also had corn and mac and cheese, so I don't sound like a psycho.
I had mac and cheese for dinner, and there's still some in my fridge. Maybe I'll just like heat up a can of corn later and plop it on there and see how it tastes.
It's good. It's good. It sounds really vile, but it's really, really good.
You're making me curious to try it. I want to see what it tastes like. I don't know how I feel, but we'll see.
Oh, the salads with whipped cream and mayo, that's also a juice, Louise, you betcha. Because even though they're like, actually, no. I'm putting them in mayo tier. Okay. Hold on. I gotta think.
You like, went from like the top tier to almost the bottom with it instantly.
Okay, because some of them are like kind of good, you know? But then some of them are like absolutely foul. And you're like, oh, I thought when you said we were having like taco salad, it was gonna be like, you know, a salad, but like a taco. And there's like fucking 6 pounds of fucking not whipped cream, fucking cream cheese in it.
And ranch.
Yeah, like it's very Midwestern, so I want to put it in top tier because I feel like ambrosia salad.
Oh my god, I love ambrosia salad.
It's like that like canned fruit with like whipped cream, and like it's like kind of disgustingly sweet, but like I like grew up like my whole, because like again, like I didn't eat the stuff growing up, but when I would go to like potlucks and stuff or like school or like we'd like bring in food or whatever, there was like at least 17 different ones, and I'm like, bro, I just want some regular salad. Do we have regular salad? Like, oh, like well, we got all these salads. I'm like, this is not a salad.
Yeah, well, okay, so like I like potato salad and like macaroni salad. I think that's fucking delicious. I never understood why they called them salads, but then like eventually I realized, oh, it's like just fucking Midwest. But then my mom used to make ambrosia salad, which was basically, okay, so it was ambrosia salad. Wait, no, it wasn't ambrosia salad. It was called Watergate salad. So it was ambrosia salad, but then also it had marshmallows in it, which I think ambrosia salad has, and then a pack of fucking powdered pistachio pudding, which turned it green, but it was so sweet.
That actually sounds so good.
It was so good. And like people would be like, what the fuck? And I'm like, you don't understand. It is marshmallows with whipped cream and pudding and then fucking fruit in it. And it's so sugary sweet.
So I really, really like macaroni salad, but I'm extremely allergic to egg. And like, I'm not even gonna lie, there have been times where like my aunt will make macaroni salad, and I'm like, you know, I'm risking it today. And I like make sure I have my EpiPen because macaroni salad's so good. It's literally fucking egg, mayo, noodles, and pickle. Like it sounds disgusting when you like list out the recipe. Oh, a little bit of paprika. Oh my god. And like it sounds like absolutely vile when you say all those things individually, but like together it tastes good. It's not a salad, but like it's a salad in the Midwest, so we can live. Yeah, I risk having a fucking allergy attack when I see macaroni salad. Yeah, it is good when you actually eat it. Also, hi Happy, how are you?
Yeah, no, Midwest salads though, like they're something else. Also eating things you're allergic to. I can't shit on you for that. I ate pineapple for years for breakfast every day because I thought it was supposed to be spicy like jalapenos. And then my sister, I was telling her about it one day. I was like, "Yeah, I love it because it like burns really good, but it's sweet and it's like spicy." She's like, "Pineapple's not supposed to be spicy," and I was like, "Oh."
Dude, that was me with chai tea. That was me with chai tea.
I went and got an allergy test, and my sister actually is like she has her fucking doctorate degree and shit, and she ran my allergy test for me, and she was like, "This is the highest levels that we've ever seen of somebody being fucking allergic to pineapple. I don't know how you're still alive."
Yeah, so I worked at Starbucks for like 5 years, okay? And I really liked the chai because like I was like, oh, it's like a spicy tea. And like I have a very like high spice tolerance. So I was like, and like people, like other people, like, oh yeah, it's a little spicy, and I'm like, okay, like it's kind of weird that I think it's spicy. These people are able to drink it because they can't even like barbecue sauce without like losing their shit. And I'm like, okay, like, and I found out that I'm allergic to the Starbucks chai because they use like they put something in it to like keep it like together. I don't know what it is, but I was like talking to my mom one day. And I was like, Mom, like chai tea is like really good. And she's like, what do you mean? Like it's like spicy, like it clears out your sinuses. Like my tongue burns a little bit. Like it's really good. And my mom's like, she goes, Lex, how long have you been drinking the chai? And I go, since I've been working there. She's like, you have an insanely high spice tolerance. I don't even think the chai tea is spicy. Are you sure that you're not allergic to it? So we got a chai latte, like an iced one, and I'm like sitting in the car, I'm like drinking, like, this is so yummy, it's spicy. My mom goes, let me see your tongue. I show her my tongue. She's like, you never drink this again because it was like fucking bright red, and she was like, yeah, you're allergic to that. Don't do that. But yeah, I thought chai tea was like supposed to be like really spicy as well, and turns out it wasn't. And it's just supposed to be like make you feel cozy, not have your throat burned and clear your sinuses.
Not be on fire.
Thank you, Samurai, for the love. Oh no, yeah. I'm sorry we're making you hungry. There's a lot of food out here. Okay, seasonal kitchen towels.
Okay.
This was also a thing I didn't know was a thing until I went to college. Because like I grew up poor, so like we didn't have seasonal kitchen towels. And I remember one of my roommates like literally losing her shit because I didn't know that the seasonal towel was like meant for like just decoration. And then my mom got really into them like a couple years ago too. And yeah, I don't know. I think it's like a Midwest classic or Mayo tier for me. But I didn't know this was a thing until I went to college.
I put it in Midwest Classic because I also grew up poor.
Mhm.
Even though I went to private school, my grandpa paid for that. And my mom would get seasonal towels from my aunts as like Christmas presents to be like, "Oh, decorate your house with these seasonal towels." And I remember my grandma having fucking seasonal towels in the bathroom and she's like, "Oh, we don't dry our hands on those. Those are the decorative towels." And I'm like, "What the fuck is that about? You're not supposed to use them?" So I always thought you didn't use them, and I told you this story when we were, like, setting this
Mhm.
up, but, like, I remember, like, one time I was, like, scrambling around, and I was like, "Mom, I can't find a washcloth to take a shower," and she was like, "Here," and she hands me one of the fucking seasonal kitchen towels. I'm like, "Mom, we're not supposed to use this." She's like, "It's a towel. You're using it. Just don't tell your grandma." I'm like, "Okay." So, like, I used one of the special towels, and I felt so bad for doing it. But I found myself since being a homeowner, I buy the seasonal towels. They look so cute. I
Like
use them though. I do.
my mom has like for the bathroom specifically, like nowhere else in our house, just our bathroom. She has different like shower hangers, bath mats, like towel covers, fucking towel like in like season in like decorative towels, like for every single holiday for our bathroom. And like if like it's not taken down like the second the clock strikes 12, my mom gets so like she gets so anxious about it. I'm like, Mom, it's fine. Like no one's gonna like be in our bathroom because we have like a small house. We never like host anything. She's like, no, it has to be right. And I'm like, okay, Mom. But
She's
yeah.
like, the holiday is over. We have to go back, otherwise the bathroom fairies will come and haunt us.
I'm like, the bathroom fairies aren't coming, Mom. It's fine.
Okay.
Oh, should I do this one?
You mean Mackinac Island?
Bro, it's Mackinac. It's Mackinac. Okay.
I remember it all the time. I thought Mackinac growing up, and then I like found out, oh, it's Mackinac, and I'm like, that's why I called it Mackinac because of how it's spelled. But go on, tell the
So
story.
there's a lot of places in Michigan specifically because Michigan was like German and French when it was like or Dutch. No, it was Dutch and French people. They came here and they were like, "We like this place. We own it now." And everyone was like, "That's not really right," but because like there's Native Americans here. But anyways, so there's a lot of places in Michigan that I have like Native American names, French and Dutch names, and they love to add consonants and like make things pronounced the way that they're not supposed to be pronounced. And Mackinaw's one of them. There's a road called Cashew Road, which is spelled like Cadix. And
The fuck?
every single time, like somebody who's not from Michigan, I'm like, oh, I'm going to Mackinac. And they go, wait, can you like spell that? Or like when I'm like, I'll like show them like a picture of like something from Mackinac, like, it'll say like Mackinac on it. They'll be like, oh, that's Mackinac. And I go, no, it's Mackinac. There's a there's a gnaw at the end of it, even if it doesn't make sense. There's a Mackinac there. There's a gnaw. So I'm putting that Midwest emo core for having to like explain how like you're supposed to pronounce a lot of these like, because Mackinac is just like the most popular one, I feel like. And also I feel like if I pick like ones that are close to my house, it's just gonna dox me. But yeah.
Isn't Mackinac the one where you like they don't have cars, like you have to ride bikes or walk there?
Yeah, on Mackinac
Okay,
Island, you
yeah.
have to you leave your car at like the ferry, and then you go, and then you have bikes, and they have like a trolley, and it's just really pretty. They have really good fudge.
Yeah,
Um,
it's on my list to go because I've been trying to get Tori to go with me, but he's like,
mhm.
my family used to make us go there every summer, and I hate fudge as a result of it. And I was like, I don't care, I want to go.
There's also a lot of really nice what's it called? Really a lot of nice like parks too in Mackinac. And I like one of my like I think it's a I guess you can call this a hobby. It's not really a hobby because I don't like going into like busy places. I like going to like really quiet like areas to just like read when it's like in the summertime. And my family like we'll go to Mackinac like every other year, and when we do, I usually go like and sit in one of the parks and just read. But it's really pretty up there. It smells like nature, but like nature in like a pretty way, not nature in like a bear shit type of way.
I mean, now I need to see how far it is for me because my cousin's coming up in July and we were trying to talk about things to do with her kids. And I want to see how far it is to justify if we can go there for a day or two.
Hmm.
Now I want to go. Okay, the Midwest goodbye. For me, that's a geez Louise, you betcha, because I
Yeah.
am guilty of it all the
Dude,
fucking
we
time.
literally did that the other day. We were on call. We both had shit to do. And we're like, okay, I'm gonna go now. Bye. And we're like, we're still fucking yapping for like 20 minutes. Like, not there's nothing wrong with that. I didn't care.
Yeah.
But like, I catch myself doing that shit all the time. Like, okay, I gotta go. And I'm like, oh wait, I gotta like tell them all this different things. And I'm like, oh, well, I can't just like leave now because I gotta like say thank you. And then Midwest goodbye is a geez Louise you betcha, because if it takes you less than 25 minutes to say goodbye to somebody, are you really saying goodbye?
Yes, and let me okay, I'm gonna explain it because I have people in my chat who are not Midwest, so I wanna share what a Midwest goodbye is. So Midwest goodbye is like you're somewhere and you're just like, okay, I'm gonna go now, and they're like, all right, and you both stand up and like you say your goodbyes, you shake hands, hug, whatever it may be, and then you stand there and you talk for another 10 minutes or so, and then you're like, I should really get going, and then you walk to the door to like get your coat or whatever, and or they're gonna let you out, and then you stand and you talk for another 10 to 20 minutes about whatever it may be. And then you get out to the front porch and you stand and you talk for another 10 to 20 minutes about just whatever. In general about what you're gonna do, like, oh yeah, by the way, you gonna go to breakfast this weekend? Yeah, where are we gonna go? When are we gonna go? Who's planning? Who's organizing? And it's like it's an hour, like a 20-minute to an hour long process to just fucking get in your car and go somewhere because everybody's too polite and everybody has too much to talk about because there's nothing else to do, and we just yeah, that's a Midwest goodbye.
Also, part of it is also being in your car with the car started, wasting your gas while someone's talking to you with your window down in the middle of the wintertime. That's also part of the
Yes.
Midwest goodbye.
Oh my god,
I
the
used to
amount of
hate that shit as
time.
a kid because I was always so fucking cold. My mom would have her window down, yapping at her friends. I'm like, girl, we gotta go. You already said goodbye
I
like 4 times.
I hated it as a kid, but like as an adult, I do it, and then I'll literally I'll be like, you know what? Let me just, I'll turn off the car and get out and like stand there and talk, and I'm like, what am I doing? Just leave, just fucking leave. Go, Rachel, go. I love it though. I love
Yeah.
it.
Public restrooms
uh,
everywhere, I think, is just a Midwest classic because it literally does not
yeah.
like you can find a bathroom. You can find like 10 bathrooms like anywhere you go. You
You
go
can
anywhere
literally.
outside the Midwest, doesn't matter if you go to like California, fucking New York, fucking down south, bro. Have good luck finding a bathroom.
I was so stressed when I went to New York because it's like if you want a bathroom, you go and it's just one toilet. Like it's just a closet with a toilet in it and a sink. And I'm like, Where are my stall options? Like you go here, I literally when I drive between Ohio and Michigan, I just type bathroom into my fucking map and it pulls up the nearest place with a bathroom. And there's almost always at least 3 to 4 stalls, if not more, to choose from. Like I want my choices. I don't want to sit on the same toilet seat that every ass that's walked in there has sat on today. I want to sit on one that only a fourth of the asses have sat on.
I also get like super claustrophobic when I go to like bathrooms outside of like Midwest. I feel like they're very functional, whereas Midwest bathrooms they're just cunty. Okay, like they put like little scent beads in there. There's decoration. Like it's somebody's home in that bathroom. You go to a bathroom like the second you leave, like the second you go into like Indiana, not even Indiana. Like what's underneath Indiana? Arkansas. Arkansas.
Yeah, Arkansas.
You go to like Arkansas, Tennessee, the bathrooms go from like being like this like cute little like, oh, someone's like mom decorated this bathroom to like a literal fucking nightmare fuel bathroom.
Yes, like Midwest bathrooms, like they're brightly lit. They have nice paint on the walls. They have cute tiles. They have sometimes there's like a little chair in the corner. There's usually like a little like the baby changing stations don't just fold out from the wall. They're like a fucking full ass baby changing station in there with like multiple diaper sizes and like fucking cream samples and everything else you could think of. They have lotion.
Dude,
They've
they're
got air
actually fucking they're
fresheners.
actually clean like the baby washing stations.
Yes, everything in the Midwest bathrooms are clean. They're always well stocked. They've got the nice quality toilet paper. Like everything is like so tidy and it's always so nice. And like the mirror there's never smudges or splatters. Like I love Midwest bathrooms. They're almost always so I don't feel if I go to the bathroom anywhere in the Midwest, I have no anxiety about going to the bathroom. Like I know I'm going to walk in somewhere that feels like a home. I'm
Like
going to shit in a home.
I really hate using public bathrooms just because I my anxiety, but like I have less like when like I'm like on like trips or something and I'm out in the Midwest, like that anxiety is like 10 times worse. But even like the worst bathroom in the Midwest is still like probably like mid tier to the like better bathroom outside the Midwest, in my opinion.
Kentucky is south of Midwest or of Indiana.
Oh,
I've just been
Kentucky.
informed, and I just pulled up a map because somebody's like, "Did you just say Arkansas is south of Indiana?" I was like, "I don't know." Like sitting here, like, is it?
Bro, I'm a
No.
VTuber, not a geographer. Anyway,
Yeah, I don't know geography or states. Thanks. I know where I live.
but yeah, bathrooms in the Midwest they stress me out, but also I feel more comfortable pissing in a home than pissing in like a fucking
A
horror
jail
movie.
cell.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, kidnapping the governor. That's a G's Louise you betcha because that shit would only happen in the Midwest. The plot to kill and the plot to kidnap and kill the governor, all made on Facebook.
Yeah, okay. Since you're from Michigan and you were living here when this happened, you share the story with everyone.
Okay, so once upon a time during COVID, the Michigan governor was like, Gretchen Whitmer was like, "Hey guys, so there's a lot of old people here, and like I really care about like all my Michiganders. So like we're gonna make sure that like we're safe, and we're gonna have like some of the strictest like COVID regulations in like the Midwest, the same that they have in like um California and New York. Like we're gonna be like really tightly like locked down." And that did not go as planned because in the Midwest, you see, your political beliefs are deeply tied to who you are, and you have your little signs out all the time. And so there was a group of people. I went to high school with one of them. Hey, how you doing? I hope you're in prison now. Um, and they decided to make a little Facebook group, and they just decided to plot and kidnap the governor on Facebook. And then before, like a day before they were supposed to like go on with their plan, there was like a little mole. He was like snuck in there. He was working with the Michigan like state police. And he's like, yeah, actually all of you are arrested because y'all are trying some like whack shit right now. And yeah, the governor was not kidnapped, but also it was literally because they couldn't go to the garden section at Walmart. It was not like it was like because like when they like had like their reasons for like wanting to kidnap the governor, it wasn't like, oh, we disagree. Like they're like she like basically they were basically like we're in lockdown and our rights are being taken away and she won't let us go to Walmart to buy garden supplies. That was on the fucking like list of things that these people like hated about the governor, and I was like, bro, are you fucking for real right now? But
Oh
yeah,
my
that
god.
was an amazing time to be alive. Let me tell you. Yes, Happy. That was a serious thing. If you Google Michigan kidnapping plot, um, you'll find a lot of information about it. I'm pretty sure it's against Twitch TOS to talk to like pull up some of the images that were made on that Facebook group chat, but you all have Google. You all can open Twitch. You can open Google and read about the plot to kidnap the governor. But yeah, I
Yeah,
love
how are we
Michigan.
going to take care of our vegetable labyrinths if we can't go to the garden section at Walmart?
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh,
Exactly.
yeah, the worst it got in Ohio when the governor like shut stuff down because of COVID were people just like protesting in his front yard of his home and then of the doctor who was like recommending things to him. Like they went and protested in her front yard as well. But then it got like racist and it was really awful. And I'm like, y'all leave people alone. Get off their home properties. Like, bruh, touch grass but not their grass.
See, they did
Okay.
that to the old governor of Michigan, Rick Snyder, because of the Flint water crisis, but that was kind of deserved. Not gonna lie,
Oh, yeah, deserved. At 110% deserved.
because they
I
were
don't know
like,
why that stuff is still a problem.
because the news was like trying to get like a statement from him, and he was like, nah. So people were like, you know what, we're gonna go to his house and demand a statement from him. And yeah, that's a whole other thing. That's like a whole separate stream of talking about the Flint water crisis. I don't know why I'm laughing about it. I just yeah, it's
You're like, it's uncomfortable. I will laugh.
pretty much. Oh,
Okay,
this
pop.
yeah, that's how you say pop, okay? It's not fucking
Yep.
soda and all these little soda bitches. Yeah, I'm looking at all you bitches that say soda. You are the kind of people that like don't like cats and you're dog people and you're like, oh, I fucking hate cats. If I saw a cat cross the street, I fucking hit it with my truck. No, it's just pop, bro. Like people who say pop don't like die on the hill of like saying pop. Because everybody who says pop gets bullied eventually into their life of saying soda, but you will never see a soda motherfucker ever say pop.
This is true because I say pop, but sometimes I do say soda now because people bully me about it so much. I will never ever say Coke though because that is a flavor, that is a brand, that is not a go all catch all to everything. You know, say orange Coke like that's fuck off, okay? Unless you got a mix it up machine or whatever the fuck that's called, that's where you're getting that from. I will die on that hill, but pop versus soda like is such a Midwest thing. We're bringing you the hot controversial topics here, and I'm gonna say pop is a G's Louise you betcha because like it's in my fucking name for the love of God.
I put it in Midwest emo core just because I feel like I have too many things in Jeez Louise, you betcha.
I'm still putting it in there.
Um. Oh, but okay. I understand the Coke thing though because I have family that lives in the South, and like a Pepsi Coke, like it sounds really silly to say like, oh, can I get a Pepsi Coke? But like, I I don't really have a problem with the people that say Coke because I feel like if you're a pop sayer and you're like, oh, say Coke, you're just as bad as a soda bitch, in my opinion. But like, you're not a soda bitch. I swear, I love you.
Thank you. No, listen, I still, for me, it's because grammatically it doesn't make sense. That is
Mhm.
why I have issues with the Coke thing. Because, like, I don't say a Pepsi Pop, I just say a Pepsi. And I wouldn't say a Pepsi soda. I wouldn't say a Pepsi Coke. It just doesn't make sense. I just call it by its proper name. Technically, it's Pepsi Cola. Which the cola people, they're fine. There's a few of them scattered around. They can do whatever they fucking want. They're just whatever. It's the people who die hard for Coke. That's my issue. I don't care if you like. I don't care if you say soda. I don't care if you say pop. I don't care if you say Coke. My
Mhm.
issue is when you're an asshole about it.
Yeah,
That's my
real,
problem.
like
And
real.
I'm like, fuck off.
I remember. So we were driving to this. All stories always start with I was driving to Florida, but we went to this like little place in I think Georgia, and it was this like tiny little restaurant, and my whole family's there, and they're like, okay, you want like a soda Coke, you want like a Pepsi Coke, a Diet Coke, or would you like a Coke? And my fucking uncle was like, uh, you have Coke that tastes like Pepsi, and I'm like, bro, have some situational awareness. And I'm like, and he's being a pop bitch, being like, oh, can you please? I'm like, I was like, oh, I want a Sprite Coke. I immediately caught on to the fact But my fucking uncle was like, I would like a Pepsi. And the lady was like, oh, we don't have Pepsi. We have Pepsi Coke. And it was just like,
Bro.
it was so funny. Yeah. Going to the gas station just to hang out or buy groceries. So I've been definitely doing like the hang out at the gas station thing a lot of times, especially like when you're younger and you don't have a car. Like you have that one friend that has the car. Um, I definitely think that's like a Midwest emo core thing because like
Same, yeah.
it's like you go to the gas station, you get like your Fago, and you get like or a slushy, and you just like chill on like the fucking like sidewalk outside the gas station. You don't like chill inside the gas station because they always kick you out, but they won't kick you out of the parking lot.
Yeah, no, and okay, so, like, where I'm at, like, where I live
Mm-hmm.
is, like, on the corner of the city that I'm in, so, like, behind my neighborhood, it's like a forest and then cornfields, so, like, the closest thing to me is, like, a McDonald's, a Wendy's that's sometimes open, and a Speedway slash 7-Eleven. It's a half and half. Uh, I will go there just to grab quick groceries or like snacks because I'm in a hurry and I don't want to drive the extra 10 to 15 minutes to go to like the shitty Target that's nearby me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just go there and that's fine and it is what it is. I like getting groceries at the gas station because Midwest gas stations are usually pretty damn well stocked.
True,
So
and they actually have like food in them too. Like,
yeah, they have, like, hot food and stuff you can get too, and, like, the donuts oh, fucking cutie, Quality Dairy, I had the donuts for the first time, like, a couple weeks ago because my
mm-hmm.
friend who's here has like, "You've never had them?" I'm like, "No." They slapped.
There's like a place I'm assuming you've been to a Speedway,
Yeah,
but
yeah, that's
there's
what the
a
place by me is a Speedway slash
okay.
7-Eleven.
So this the Speedway by my house is like one of those big ones that has like where you can like order food in it. And then they also have like a whole like grocery area where they have like bread, like
Oh,
soups and stuff. And I would always stop there on my way to work when I used to work at the mortgage company I worked at because I could literally just like buy like my whole lunch for like $4 and then be like, okay, I'm out. It's always cheap too. Like it's super fucking cheap.
yeah, I like to so, like, when I drive back home, Love's gas stations are my favorite ones to stop at because 'cause they're so big and they have so many food options, and, like, the bathrooms are always so clean, back on bathrooms 'cause, I be shitting, and then also, like, it's a gas station with a fucking shower in it. You can request a shower. Like, what even? Like, it's
Dude,
wild.
they also have not the one by my house, but I've seen the ones that have the showers where you like go and like you pay to like you can like go and take a shower inside the bathroom. Not the bathroom, in the
Yeah.
shower, in the gas station.
Yeah, and then there were these ones that were I can never remember the name of them, but there's ones that are like very Midwest and like Ohio got them right before I moved. Oh my God, they're so nice. I think they start with an S. The grocery options are huge and they make hot food in there and like I used to when I okay, when I real moment here, when I get like really, really depressed and I'd be like, I'm craving like cheese curds, like I want fried food to like
Mm-hmm.
make myself feel human again, I would just drive there and like they had the fucking, it was like the Big B energy drinks, which by the way, I tried one today. Oh my God, so good. But they had like those where it was like Red Bull with like a flavored syrup and like sparkling water,
Oh
and
my
it was
god, I want one now. It
so
sounds so fucking good.
good.
I love Red Bull and
Um,
I love sparkling water.
yeah, it was so good. So like I'd get one of those because I'm like I need a little pep in my step too. Uh and then I would be like, all right, now I'm gonna get me some fucking cheese curds or like fried mushrooms or fried pickles or something. And I'd literally sit in my car in the parking lot and have like this was always after work when I worked in an office and I hated my job. And I'd like sit in the
Speedway's a
parking lot
really
and have
big
like a
fan
depression
brand
cry and
here.
like eat my fried food at the gas station and drink my energy drink. And I'd be like, I feel like a human again now. Let's go.
My favorite thing, and it's probably like the worst thing you can get at the gas station, are gas station hot dogs. Like,
Okay, but they're so good. They hit different.
like I don't know. I, I'm allowed to talk about that. I like smoke the oregano, right?
Okay, yeah. I got
So
you. I got you.
I would smoke I smoke the oregano, and sometimes when I go to the gas station, I will literally just get a fucking hot dog with like three mustard packets and like the big noise energy drinks, like the blue can with the orange arrow on them.
Oh yeah, the Nas ones or whatever. Yeah.
I'll get that and a hot dog, and oh my god, it's like it's like a religious experience. Like,
Sheets.
yeah.
Sheets gas station is what I was thinking of.
Oh, they just opened one.
They're
Like,
so fucking good. The food is so it slaps. It slaps so hard.
it's like Special K. They have a Special K by my house, and the food at Special K is really good.
Ugh. Yeah, it's so tasty. I love it. Yeah, no, my friend okay, my friends actually had like I had a friendship group that fell apart over fucking Sheetz gas station and oregano. So like one of the girls like posted in our group chat like I'm on a diet, please don't talk about food in here. And literally like 3 days later somebody's like, "Oh, dude, I got some nice oregano." And then like 20 minutes later she's like, "Who wants to go to Sheets with me and get fried macaroni?" And somebody's like, "Dude, the fried macaroni is so good at Sheets. Can we get fried pickles too?" And she's like, "Yeah." She's like, "Can I get some oregano?" And she's like, "Yeah." And then the girl was like, "I can't believe you would be like this. You're so fucking disrespectful. I'm on a diet." And she left the group chat and never talked to us again.
That's like that's the most Midwest interaction ever, by the way. To like talk about like telling your whole friend group, do not speak about food. I'm on a diet, and then to your friends like 3 days later, like I'm high. You want to drive to the gas station and go get food with me? There's nothing to do here. The only thing you can do here is drink or get high, and like look at a fucking parking lot. Like what do you want me to do?
And you can do all of them at the same time if you go to a gas station.
Exactly, exactly.
Oh, I love it. Okay. Wait.
I think having people take off work for deer hunting is a kind of a male thing because
I was thinking the same thing.
it's like, bro, you're really gonna like take off work and school and like have like a whole like weekend, like long weekend for school. Because I know there's some that do that like in northern Michigan, so they won't even like take because they won't like meet like the attendance numbers. It's just so weird. Like, I get it, you like hunting, but like, can you just like wait for like the rest? Like, and also like before hunting season starts, all I do is talk about hunting.
Yes, it's like their whole personality. That's literally such a Midwest thing though. Is like if somebody likes something, they make it their whole fucking personality.
It's
And
like purple people.
I know it happens like outside of the Midwest, but
Mm-hmm.
like in the Midwest, it is like it just seems to be like very much like extra purple
Mm-hmm.
people. Oh, like cuz the color purple or like
Yeah.
girls who like pink,
Yeah,
pink
yeah.
girls. Yeah, no. Listen, I like purple, but I literally don't think I own anything purple aside from like my desk mat has some purple on it, but it's like a sky. So like I don't think I willingly own anything purple.
See, I'm a pink person. I have everything I own is pink.
Okay,
Um,
so you're one of those bitches. You define your no, I'm just kidding.
yeah. But like up to like hunting season, everybody's wearing fucking camo. Even people who don't even hunt. I'm like, bro, you don't even go hunting. Why are you wearing camo?
Yeah, no, it is such a personality. And oh man, it makes me think of like fucking early 2000s and like Midwest emo core. Camo became like a thing, like wearing fucking camo pants and shit. 'Cause,
Bedazzled
like,
camo.
yes, because like Avril Lavigne was doing it. And I remember like my sister 1 year for her birthday, everything she wanted was camo. And she walked around like my parents had so much trouble finding because like I love my sister and like she not to like get serious, but like she had an ED, but like before
Mm-hmm.
that, she was like a hefty child. And like she wanted this and so my mom's like trying to find like girls shit to fit like a hefty child, and literally she ended up just having to go to like the boys husky department and she got like fucking hunting pants and like a long john camo shirt,
Okay,
wore it so proudly.
I own a pair of those like hunting pants, but they're black. They're really comfortable. But like I would never buy a camo pair. Like the black ones are like they're actually like comfortable. But like, yeah, I don't know. Bitches
It
The
just
hot pink camo is the thing that gets me the most, I feel like.
oh my yeah, like what are you trying to hide from with your fucking hot pink camo?
Me
Like,
saying
what are you
this though,
born
while my
into?
makeup bag is literally camo. It's pink and light green.
So Midwest of you.
Yes, it is. It was
Oh
on
my
sale.
god.
It was on sale, and I was like, "Oh my god, that's such a good deal for a makeup bag."
Wait, okay, so how much was it? Because that's such a Midwest thing. Tell me the
Oh,
price you paid.
it was like it was originally like an $80 makeup bag, but I got it for $26.
Literally, that's so Midwest though, because it's always like, yeah, I got this on sale. Like when somebody compliments something, I got it on a discount. Did we put that on here?
I don't think we did. I know we talked about it, but I couldn't figure
We
out how to
did.
make. I couldn't figure out how to make it in like a statement other than being like. I couldn't figure out how to like make it like a thing, but yeah, that is a very like Midwestern thing to be like, oh, I like your shoes. Oh, actually, these shoes are like $90, but I only paid 37.29 for them because I have like the points, and also I got a coupon. Like I do that shit all the fucking time. I'm like,
Time people are like, I love your dress. I'm like, thanks, I got it on sale. Like,
yeah, it's a thing. College football pride. I feel like we talked about this kind of when we went on our
did,
sports
yeah.
rant. I feel like that goes in Mayo tier.
Yeah, I was
'Cause
like looking
everybody
at basic
does
bitch
it.
or mayo, but it's mayo. It's not quite basic bitch, but it's mayo. It's definitely still Midwest, but it's just like anybody who likes college football, they do it. It's their thing.
State pride. I'm putting that in Midwest emo court because for one reason and one reason only. How many Ohio or Michigan shirts do you own?
Um Technically I don't own any. I do have a sweatshirt that is a OSU shirt, but it was my mom's and I own it because it smelled like her perfume up until like a month ago when I accidentally washed it. And that was
Aw.
weird. I know. I was like, "Oh fuck, I put it in the washer, damn it." But
I
I
have
know what
a
kind of perfume she wore, so it's fine.
I have a blanket that my grandma made that smells like her perfume that I refuse to wash that I have in my closet. Um okay. I own at least 4 different things that have the word Michigan on them. And if you go to like any like Michigan like tourist attraction area, which is like a beach town, especially during the summer, all these bitches are from Michigan and they're all wearing like Michigan drip. They all have Michigan merch. And like you go and like in other places we make fun of those people because they're called tourists. But in Michigan we call them Michiganders and we love them so much. No, that shit state pride
Actually,
hits different and it goes in
okay.
fucking Midwest classic for me.
I had it in okay, so I had it in Midwest Emo Core, then I moved it down to Midwest Classic. I'm putting it at G's Louise You Betcha because you reminded me of something. And the reason I'm doing it is because of this. So in Ohio, there's a man that they call Buckeye Guy. Hold on, I'm gonna Google. I think it's Buckeye. Yeah. Okay. He's all over Google. Just Google Buckeye Guy. You'll see what I'm talking about. There's like two of them, I guess now. He literally just he's got a car that's like a fucking Cadillac that's painted
Oh
with
my
Go Bucks. He wears the clothes. You see him, he's got his face on his shirt. He's the Buckeye guy. Like
This is the most not Michigan, the most Midwest shit I've ever seen. And he's happy
right?
about it too. He's so proud of himself.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's the other guy's name, Big Nut. The other guy who does like the half gray and half scarlet face is named. He goes by Big Nut. And like they just drive around town in Columbus. You can see them anywhere. They are always dressed like that. I used to work at fucking Target, and this motherfucker would just be coming into Target off season dressed like this. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, it's his thing. It's his fucking thing.
Somebody in my chat said Ohio State fans are crazy, and as somebody who is a Michigan State fan, I agree with that because Ohio State fans, like you could talk to like, there's a college in Ohio that I almost went to. It's Clemson, I think. No, not Clemson. It starts with a C. Clemson's in South Carolina. But anyways, you talk to any other like state Ohio college, you're like, okay, like you're a human being. Bro, Ohio State fans are literally NPCs that are like psychotic. They're like the drugged up like ghouls in Fallout New Vegas when like you're talking about Ohio State.
Are you talking about Capital or Cedarville?
Cedarville. I was in Cedarville.
Okay. I got you. I was like, I had to Google. I googled Ohio colleges to start with C.
But yeah, Ohio State fans are fucking insane. I've never met a mentally stable one, and I stand by that statement.
They're literally no, I feel that like it was known that like on game days, unless you were like ready to be strong, you did not go down to campus because like if they lost, and I know they do it here, but like you were getting like lit on fire. Like cars flipped, people beating the shit out of each other. I'm like,
Sofas getting
why
caught
are
on
you
fire, beds being caught on
yeah.
fire. Like,
I'm like, why are you doing this? Why are you destroying other people's property because your sports team didn't win? And then people make excuses for it. They're like, they're just like
boys
really
being
like
boys.
really passionate. I'm like, okay, let's not talk like, and I don't want to get political, but I literally was just like when other things started happening, I was like, "Oh, they're just being passionate." Like that's what you guys always say about the fucking football team, right? Like
Oh my god, true. And then like it's the kind of the difference between like Michigan State fans and U of M fans. Like U of M fans act like they are so like morally and like intellectually superior than Michigan State fans. And like my brother goes to U of M and he does this shit. And I'm like, bro, you go to a state college. Like we get it. You're cool, you're special, like congratulations, you guys have like the best medical school. You're not even in the medical school, first of all. But like they act like they're so much better than Michigan State fans. Like Michigan State fans are like chill. They're like, oh yeah, I like Michigan State. It's fun. But U of M fans, they're like, I'm. This is my whole life, and if you tell me that Michigan State is better than U of M, then you are a horrible person. And I'm like, okay. I didn't go to
right?
Michigan State, but pop off, Queen. Pop up carnivals in parking lots. I feel like that's a basic bitch shit though. I feel like it's like a
Uh
poor person thing to like be to like take part of though. I'm not gonna lie, because as a poor kid, I would
yeah.
always go to those things. But like when you go to like the nicer areas in the Midwest, like you don't see them as often.
That's so true because there was literally one like not far from me like a couple weeks ago, and I was like, "Oh my god, it's just like back home." Because like I lived by a shit shopping center in Ohio, and like there was always a pop-up carnival there. But let me tell you, okay, I grew up my dad was a carny. Like he literally traveled with a carnival when he was like in his youth. And then when the like state fair was hiring, that's where my dad worked for like
Mm-hmm.
fucking 40 years. He retired from the state fair. He was like a maintenance worker. I that was my first fucking job. I worked at the goddamn fair. I was like in charge of like helping people set up their booths. It was like a whole thing. And I went every year to the state fair and I went to these pop-up carnivals. People die, okay? Let me I know that
Oh,
got real quick.
I know. I see the
Like
news.
they they don't test these rides. They don't inspect them. They don't follow state laws. They just pop them up and they run. And they did the same thing with the state fair where I was at because like it was just a company they hired that came in and popped up for a week and then was gone. And like oh my god, like the amount of people that I know that have gotten injured on these things because they're not properly assembled or inspected, they're scary. I will not touch them with a 10-foot pole, but they were definitely when I was a kid, like it was it was poor person shit. And like I was poor, so like we went all the time because it's just like, oh, something fun to do and it's really cheap. Like let's go.
Yeah, because like like at least when I was a kid, it was like $5 for like the whole fucking thing for like rides with for a
Yeah.
wristband. And like
Yeah. You pay like $5 or $10, you get a wristband and you can do whatever you want.
when I was 12, I literally saw my eyes flash before my life flash before my eyes when I went on the zero gravity thing because there was like a crack in it. And fun fact with those zero gravity things, if there's a crack, you're not supposed to be in them because then the oxygen goes out. And yeah, so my life flashed before my eyes when I was 12 on a zero gravity thing, and that's partly the reason why I don't really like carnival rides. But like, they're still fun. You can get a corn dog, you can get like lemonade.
Yeah. Oh, I love going for the I love fair food. I love fair games too. Like I got really into fucking playing the games. The prizes are always shit, but like I love playing them. I think they're
Hyplex.
so much fun. And then like, yeah, the rides scare me though. Like there was a girl I worked with and like one of the rides that she was on was like, I don't it like had an arm and it just swung you around and like the fucking thing that she was on flew off. And like she broke her leg, her boyfriend broke his arm, and like she didn't come to work. And I remember my boss being like, where's Catherine? And I was like, did you not see the news? They interviewed her. She broke her fucking leg. She was on that fair ride that broke. The guy next to her died. And she's like, do you think she'll be in tomorrow? I was like, I don't think so.
Like, no, I don't think so, Kathy.
I'm pretty sure that she will not make it into work tomorrow since she just went through a very traumatic Midwest experience. Like, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
like I remember. So you know the ones that like swing like a pendulum. They're not the boat ride. They're like the one where like it spins in a circle and it swings.
Yeah.
So
That I think was what she. I think that's what she did.
so there's a pop-up fair by like my house, and it's near like this like the city like town hall, and it felt literally so like it's like swinging, and it's always like in the center of like the carnival, and so like they have like all the food on one side and then like all the rides and everything, so it's like swinging back and forth. And we were driving past, like we weren't even going to the thing. We were like, I think my mom and I were literally going to like Subway or White Castle, but like we're driving down the road, and like all you hear is just like really loud like brake sound. Like it literally sounded like a car got into a fucking like a car crashed, and it literally like fucking fell down when it was like mid swing, and it was so fucking scary. Like and then like thank God like the police and fire departments are literally like in like the town like center area, because like they were able to like go and like help those people. But I don't even know if anybody died, because like it was fucking terrifying to see that shit. And like that shit happens like all the fucking time at those fucking fairs, and they come back up again.
That is terrifying. Oh my god. Yeah, no, but they do. They always come back. They're always just like, "Oh, it was a little malfunction. Is that one ride? It's fine. The rest are safe." Like, what?
Yeah, like it's insane because like um they'll literally be like, it's just so weird how they are allowed to keep running for as long as they have, and so many people get hurt. um
Yes.
but moving on to something that's less terrifying, cheese.
Well, unless you're lactose intolerant.
That's me. That's me for real.
Same. We be shitting, but we still love that cheese. I put cheese in Midwest Classic personally.
I
Um,
Yeah, Midwest classics. I feel like it's not like super special, but like there's also cheese in everything. Like it is
yeah.
so hard to like go somewhere and be like, no cheese, please, because they always give you like the most dirty fucking look. I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't want to shit my pants today.
It's like, sorry, I have places to be. I can't dedicate an hour of my life to taking a shit when I'm least expecting it. Like,
Like, sorry that I don't want to shit myself today, Sam.
no, that's so true though. Like there's so many things like you can get. Even like corn dogs can have cheese stuffed inside of them, and I'm like, maybe I don't want cheese today. And I do like cheese, like I really do. But I also, I don't like a lot of cheese. I don't like a cheese pull that's gonna make me feel like I'm gagging because I'm autistic and have textural issues with food.
Mm-hmm.
So like if it's or American cheese, which is not cheese, it's just slimy. It's soy slime. It's but like some places will just be like, "Oh, we made mac and cheese." I'm like, "No, that's not mac and cheese. That's American cheese melted on noodles, and it's disgusting."
Um, See, I'm a cheese hater. Okay, I like cheese. Okay, I'm not like, oh my god, like I want cheese and everything. But the having cheese and everything is the same as like in like 2013, 2012, when people were putting bacon on everything. I just like don't
Yes.
need cheese on everything. And like I feel like it is so hard to just be like, no, I no cheese today, please. Because people get so judgmental over it. I'm like, bro, I'm just trying to like, eat. I'm not trying to like shit my brains out.
Right? Exactly. No, I feel it. I feel it. And like I like cheese curds and shit like that. But like they have to be like the tiny ones, like the Culvers,
Mm-hmm.
you know, Culver's calling to the future. Like a Culver's one because like they're manageable. But like a mozzarella stick, it feels like too much cheese in my mouth and I don't like it. And also my body hates it because it's like, ma'am, why did you stuff yourself full of cheese? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm from the Midwest. It was calling to me.
It's what I do. Of course I'm from the Midwest. Of course I'm going to eat cheese until I shit my brains out. Um, like those TikToks. It's like, I'm a girl. Of course I'm going to, anyways.
I
Um,
want to do that as a VTuber, honestly. I've seen that trend, not to be off topic, but I've seen that and been like, I'm a VTuber. Of course I'm a fucking professional at streaming. I'm a VTuber. Everything's scuffed. Sometimes my eyeballs randomly float away from my head. Like
I'm a VTuber. Of course, my computer's gonna blue screen as soon as I open OBS because I didn't properly run it as administrator because you needed 17,000 programs open to be a VTuber. Um, oh, bake sales are basic bitch shit. I'm just gonna say it. I don't think they're that
yes.
special, especially ever since like the Bad Moms movie came out with the bake sale. They're
Ah, yes.
basic bitch shit. They
I
used to
love
be
that movie.
special until there was all those fucking rules about bake sales. Now I don't give a shit
Yeah.
about your sugar-free, nut-free, gluten-free, soup MSG free. No, give me my MSG and my sugar.
Sugar free. Ah, look at that. A flour brick. Like no, I remember bake sales at school and like you always kind of knew like which moms made the stuff that like slapped and you'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking buy from Jana's mom because her
Mm-hmm.
shit is good. But I am not touching Kelly's mom's shit with a 10-foot pole because they aren't allowed to have sugar in that household and we know that cookie's gonna taste like a crispy little dirt ball.
See, whenever we had bake scales at school, I would always be the one that would bake it, but I would like, okay, not to like traunt, I was bullied a lot. So like whenever I would have like bake sale stuff, I would just lie and say my mom made it, and everyone thought my mom was like super cool, but I was the one that was making the shit.
Oh, well, okay, my mom did not ever want to bake for any of those things, but
Mm-hmm.
that was because she had other issues that prevented her from doing anything. But those were issues she willingly involved herself in. Cough, cough, glug, glug. Anyways, um,
No, you're good. Don't worry about it.
but I would want to bake stuff, and my mom would just be like, "No, you're gonna make a mess of the kitchen," and I'm like, "All right." So I never participated. So I just bought things and ate them in sadness, and that's why I'm fat.
Girl, I'll bake for you. I love baking. I love
Oh my
baking so much.
god!
I
No,
honestly
I
want to do a baking stream so bad. Because I just love like to bake. Like it
okay.
one of my that's actually a hobby, not just people watching. People watching isn't a hobby, but like baking is actually a hobby and I love baking.
No, okay, so here's the thing. After I, like, got out on my own, I bought a fucking KitchenAid mixer, and I started running a bakery out of my house for a while,
Oh
and I baked wedding
my god.
cakes and shit. I love baking. I'm pretty good at it, but, also, I just don't always have time to, but I dig baking, so I got good at it.
Oh,
And my grandma used to bake with me, and I love baking with my grandma.
yeah, I so when my grandma died, she was like the baker in her family, and then like nobody baked anything, and I'd be like, where the fuck is the cookies at? Cuz I was I was like 10 when she died. And I like decided to become like the family baker because like I like found like when we were like cleaning going through all of her stuff after she died, I found like her recipe cards and I still have her recipe cards like to this day. Like they're all in Arabic and I can't read them, but I made my dad translate for them for me. And
Nice.
yeah, I love baking. It's just like a perfect way to like give somebody like something small and be like, "Here, I was thinking about you." And it's not even about like
Yeah.
the fact that it's like something sweet. It's just the fact like when you bake something like cuz I don't bake anything from like a mix or anything, but like it's like I'm like going on like my tangent why I love baking. I'm sorry.
You're okay.
Um it's just
Pop
like
off.
it's like a cute little way to be like I was thinking about you and like a small like gesture of like love that you can give to somebody.
Yeah. And it's like it's a little gesture that I feel like it doesn't cost like much money at all to do.
Mhm.
So it's very easy to be like, "Oh, I can bake something for them." Because there have been times where I'm just like, "Oh, I want to give somebody like a little gift." 'Cause I love to give gifts. Gift giving is my love language. Like, and I'll just be like, "I want to give this person a little gift." And then I'll be like, "Hmm, but I also don't have any money right now and I need to be responsible." And I'll be like, "Oh, I can bake them something because that doesn't take anything." And like, I don't, time doesn't cost money to me. So I'm just like, I will bake them a baked good. And then I feel really
You
happy,
guys, I
especially if they
literally
feel
got so
happy about
scared.
it.
I didn't want to react to the fucking give
Although
me love.
sometimes I have had
Thank
instances where
you.
I'm just like, ah ha ha, maybe they don't like it as much as I thought they would. And that's really uncomfortable too. But
Yeah, I remember when I worked at the mortgage company, I made like cupcakes for somebody's birthday. And like when I do anything, I always do it in the most extra way possible because it's just, I'm type A, okay? Like I like to act like I'm not a type A personality, but I'm a type A type of bitch. And I made like she had mentioned that she really liked strawberry cheesecake, and I made her strawberry cheesecake cupcakes with like a cupcake filling. And I remember I
Ooh.
brought these in, and everybody's like, "You did all this?" And I was like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Man, I would have just used a mix." And I'm like, and then I'm like thinking to myself, I'm like, did I do too much? Did I like make her seem uncomfortable, or like did I make her seem like that I like her? I don't like her like that. I don't want to make cupcakes, and I don't know how to make things simple. Um,
Oh.
so like I always have that like little fear that like people are like they don't actually like the thing that I make, and I'm like, oh no, like did I do too much? Because I always I'm an extra ass bitch like all the time.
Yeah, when I was like learning to bake, I would like bring in my experiment cupcakes for my coworkers, and they loved them though, which always made me really happy. But then this one girl was like, "Oh, my sister needs a wedding cake, and like she is pregnant, and like they can't really afford much. And
Mm.
would you be willing to like maybe bake something for like affordable?" And I'm like, "Yeah, like I can totally do that." So I met with her sister, and like we talked about it, and she was like, "Oh, I want you to use boxed mix," and I'm like, "What?"
Girl, why do you want to go to wedding cake with? It's like it was like ordering a sheet cake.
Yes, I was so upset, and then, like, she wouldn't listen to me because she was like she gave me this, like, giant porcelain figure to put on top of it. She's like, "I want you," because she wanted white chocolate raspberry, so I was like, "Okay, I can use a box mix, I can add white chocolate into the cake mix
Mm-hmm.
itself, I can make a raspberry compote to put in there," but I was like, "This ceramic figure cannot go on top of it because structurally, like, it will not be sound enough to hold this heavy ass figure."
Well, especially
So I'm
because box cake doesn't have the like okay, from a
Yeah.
science perspective, like baking, right? Because you have to like actually know like chemistry to bake.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like from a structural standpoint, box cake doesn't have enough like flour or like what is it? The rising agent isn't like good
Oh,
enough to like
baking
support
Okay, sorry not to derail. Baking powder, because powder puffs
yeah.
and soda spreads.
Hmm.
So it's powder. But anyways, continue.
Like it's like unless you like literally like the whole unless you make the entire cake cardboard, which nobody wants a fucking cardboard cake for a wedding cake.
Right.
Like it is impossible unless and then also you have to like use dowels. But if it's a ceramic thing, you cannot put dowels through it, or else you risk ruining the breaking and cracking the fucking porcelain thing to begin
Yes.
with. And people just don't get that. Like you can just put this on a cake, right? I'm like, bro, you're handing me like a 20 pound like fucking bronze frog. I'm not putting this on a cake.
Literally, and I was like so like I made this cake. I drove an hour and a half to her fucking wedding with this cake. I was only charging them like basically the cost of ingredients, which was like $60.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't even going to charge them for gas because my sister was also going as a photographer for their wedding. So like I put the cake together, set it all up. It looked great. Her brother helped me do it. It looked so nice. We made cupcakes too. This bitch then comes down like 8 months pregnant and is like, "Where's my ceramic figure?" I'm like, "It is in front of it on the cupcake tier." And she was like, "No, it needs to be on the cake." And I was like, "It is too heavy to put on the cake." And she yoinks it out of the cupcake tier and slams it onto the cake,
Thank you,
and the cake just
Sarah.
fucking collapses. And I was
Oh
like,
my god, bro.
"Are
You are a better person than me. I
you?"
would have snapped.
I literally, she was like, "Fix it." And I was like, "Oh my God." And
Bitch, I can't.
her brother like gently pulled it out and sat on the table. He's like, "We're not putting it back in the cake." I luckily had brought a can of fucking Pillsbury icing with me. So I literally just after she left, I scooped it out and just filled in the hole with fucking icing and smoothed out the top. I'm like, "There, bitch, it's fixed." Her mom saw it all happen, thankfully, and her mom tipped me $100. So I was like, "There we go. I'm good with this now."
Not only was she a bridezilla, but she was also pregnant, so maybe she wasn't. She just really wanted that ceramic, bro. She,
I guess.
sometimes, okay, because like all of my aunts, except for like a couple of them, are like way younger than my mom, and so like I've been basically their like pregnancy buddy to like help them. My one aunt, when she was pregnant, she got married when she was pregnant. She like had to die on this hill that she wanted the flowers to be yellow, but like her bridesmaids dresses were like fucking green, and it looked
Oh
foul.
my
And
god.
we were all trying
No.
to be like, hey, auntie, like I think maybe you should like use like a lighter yellow flower, like they're like a little bit more white with like a yellow tint. And she was like, no, we need to have yellow daffodils at my wedding. And we're like, okay. Um,
Was it like Green Bay Packers colors at
it
that
was
point then?
literally Green Bay Packers.
No.
But yeah, so fire pit. Um,
Sorry, I just got a raid. Hold on
oh,
one
you're good.
second.
You're good. You're good. Yeah, the Packers wedding went crazy. Let me tell you.
Okay, so we're fire pit right now.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
all right. For me, fire pits are very Midwest emo core for me.
For me, I think they're very like Mayo, but like I don't think I could like think of like a function that I've ever been to that hasn't had a fire pit. So I'm gonna put in Midwest emo core too. I feel like every like place, it doesn't matter if there like should not be a fire there. It doesn't matter. There's always a fire pit.
Yeah, so for me, fire pits, I feel like were like just a big part of summer, and my friends and I always had our fucking fire pits, and they were so much fun. And then we also okay, so this is gonna be really corny, but my friends, like I grew up with like the same group of people, like because I went to private school. So I went to like church and school with the same people. And we always hung out on the weekends. And when we all went off to college, everybody but me went out of state. And it was
Mm-hmm.
really depressing because I was like, man, like I used to celebrate holidays with these people. Like we'd have a holiday party for every fucking holiday. So when the summer would come and everybody would come back in town, we would do fucking Halloween in June,
Hello,
Christmas in
Ash.
July, and New Year's in August. And we would have a fire pit at every single one. It was really fun.
I remember we got a fire pit 'cause my mom saw that her friend had gotten one. And the first time we ever tried to light the fire pit, my brother put like, you know, the thing, like I don't know what it's called. Like the liquid that you spray on fire.
Oh, gas, fucking gasoline,
Yeah, it's
like igniter. Yeah.
igniter. He like poured like half a thing of igniter in there and then threw a match in there and it literally fucking
No.
almost blew up.
Oh my god, that's scary. You're not even supposed to like put that shit on a fucking fire pit. A fire pit's supposed to be like dry wood, and then you use like something to ignite it, like a newspaper or like a fucking toilet paper roll stuffed full of dryer lint. Like
Yeah,
you're
no,
definitely not supposed to put
we
gas
almost
on
build a
it.
fucking like hydrogen bomb in my backyard. It was so bad.
So feels very Midwest.
Um, yeah. Oh, you should explain the next one because I really didn't know what that meant when you first told me.
MLMs. Okay, I'm gonna put an MLM at Midwest Classic. So an MLM is a multi-level marketing company. It's not a pyramid scheme, as the Huns would say, because it's totally not a pyramid scheme. But anyways, so basically, like Avon,
I've never.
It Works,
Guys keep scaring me with the
Scentsy,
fucking throws.
like anything that basically you're a boss babe. Okay, you're gonna have somebody reach out to you and be like, oh my god, let me invite you to work in my business, and you can be one of my women who works with me. And it's they always target women in the Midwest because there's nothing fucking to do, and most of them here are like fucking moms and they're unemployed, so they tell them like, oh, make your own business and make your own wealth. Or they target military moms as military wives as well, who often are very Midwest. It is literally just like it's such a predatory thing, but it's just like you don't know any better because everybody fucking does it. Like when I got into college, I got involved in Avon because
Hmm.
my friends all did it, and they're like, "Oh my god, you can make money." And I'm like, "How? All of us are in fucking Avon. Who are we selling to? Cuz we can't sell to each other cuz we all work here." So like, who do we sell to? Mary Kay is one as well. But like
Oh.
you have to like work your
Oh,
way up the
okay.
tier list, and you get like you can like earn vacations and like cars, and you make like 10% of the product you sell, but the companies actually make the majority of their money off of selling to their own people because they convince you to buy the product, to test it, and to like host parties with it, and like be like, "Oh, look, you should try this." And then you have to resell what you buy, but you can't sell it for higher than what they sell it for. It's dumb. Um
Yeah.
I
I
got roped into one also a second time when I had a job. So like my job ended, and my boss was like, "Oh, I own my own business selling scented candle wax with my daughters." It wasn't Scentsy, it was called Pink Zebra. And I was just like, "Oh," I was like, "Cool." She's like, "Yeah, do you want to work for me? Like you can work from home." And then after I got into it, I was like, "She doesn't own this business. It's owned by some corporation in like fucking Florida." Like she lied to me. But anyways, continue.
Um, they had one of those in Orange Is the New Black. If you ever saw that show,
Yes,
one
I
of the
love that show.
characters gets wrapped into an MLM. And I think the only like memory I have of Avon was when like this old lady that lived on the corner by my bus stop invited me into her house, and I was stupid, so I went inside her house, and she showed me all of her Avon catalogs, and I was like, I don't have any money, but that's cool. And then I went to the bus and I went to school.
That is that is a very Avon thing to do. That's how they are though. They're
Hi,
so
thank
like
you so
they'll
much
find
for the
there used to be a Mary
follow,
Kay lady who would come into the Target that I worked at and pass
Generals.
out her business card and
Hopefully
like
you're
she
not a
would go
bot
up
and
to
you're a
everybody and she would
person.
literally
But
have the
hi, I
same
hope you're
spiel for
having a
every
good
single woman who
day.
was in there. Oh my god, you're so pretty. Have you ever thought about modeling makeup? Here's my card. And you can give me a call and I'll be happy to give you a free makeover. And then she would like do it, which I never did it, but one of my coworkers did. So she would like
Okay,
invite you to
good.
her house where she would
You
do your
scared me.
makeup and then try to
I'm
sell you the
sorry. I
products
hope
that
you're
she put on
having a
your
good
face.
day. Thank
And it
you
was
for
always Mary
joining
Kay
us.
products.
We're doing a
And it's
Midwest tier
so
list right now.
weird. Um, it's so predatory, but it's also very Midwest, I feel.
Yeah, I feel like because like I feel like in the Midwest, like a lot of like single, not single moms, but like moms or like people that are like where their husbands work and they're stay at home moms. It's because like they all like work at like eight. They're all part of like the auto worker union, or they work or like they're part of the or like they're military moms. I feel like there's no in between for like the Avon ladies. Like they're like
Yes.
their husband works at an auto plant or her husband is in the military.
Yeah, that checks. That checks. And that's the thing. They all it's just for lack of a better word, it's a fucking circle jerk because they all just invite everybody to it that they know. The all Susie's husband. Does Susie work here? No. Okay, she doesn't do this yet. Okay, great. We're gonna pull her in because her husband works with my husband. Like that's the shit. That's how it is. It's so predatory, but it's very Midwest classic for me because I feel like it's just
I'll put
everywhere.
it Midwest classic because I do know a lot of Avon girlies.
Yeah, the more you think about it, the more you're like, shit. I
I'm like,
I guarantee you, at some point, probably almost everybody you know has at least been approached by somebody in an MLM, if not been a part of one.
I know my aunt did one because I remember my mom went to this thing. I don't know why I'm like acting like so shy about it. So there's these things called sex parties where they
Oh yeah,
like
I know what you're talking about.
where like they sell like oils and like candles and shit. And my mom bought this like body oil, and I didn't know that it was like for sexy time. I just knew that it smelled good, and my aunt was doing that for a while. And I got mad because I like wanted to go to hang out with my cousins, but I didn't realize that none of them were going to be there because it was like, literally a fucking sex party. Um, yeah, Muddy Buddies. Oh, that's a Jeez Louise, you betcha. Because like Puppy Chow, they like
Dude,
it's so
yeah.
good. It's so fucking good. It's like
It is so good.
it's Chex Mix covered in chocolate and then dipped in powdered sugar. Like what's more Midwestern than that?
Well, and you also melt down the chocolate usually and like mix peanut butter in it. Well, not
Mm-hmm.
always, but you can melt down the chocolate and mix it with peanut butter and dip it in that, and then the powdered sugar. Yeah, no, so good. It's crunchy. It's sweet. It's a little salty. It's just like a little bit of everything. It's delicious.
Stick figure
There.
families, definitely Midwest emo core. I feel like stick figure families, like you only see them when like you're driving in the Midwest. You never see them when you drive out of state.
Okay, so I am putting them at Mayo because while I do agree that they are definitely very Midwest and you don't see them out of state very often, they still feel like very like white person type stuff.
Okay, yeah, that's true. I'm putting it in May. That's actually so valid. Oh, we did put potholes on the list. I just didn't see the picture earlier.
Oh, we did. Okay, good. Awesome.
I was like, how do we forget potholes? We both live in Michigan. Yeah, potholes, Jeezleys, you betcha. There's literally a picture. Let me see if I can find it really quick. Of the cop
Pothole.
standing in the pothole. Cop standing in pothole.
Okay, I hate potholes though, so I don't want to put them at G's Louise You Betcha. I do want to put them at Midwest emo core.
I
Well, no,
found it.
I didn't. I also am not pro kidnapping the governor though, so I guess I'll bring it back to G's Louise You Betcha because you're right. It is very Midwest. Oh, okay, let me pull this up so my chat can see.
This was in Grand Blanc, by the way. This cop just fucking standing in a pothole.
I love how he probably like pulled up on it, like that's a big one. Got out and was like, "Oh, take my picture of me. Look how big this one is. It comes up to my knees.
He was like, bro, he's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I bet you haven't seen this pothole yet.
Oh boy.
Culver's, I'm putting it in Midwest Classic just because I like it's kind of like the Chick-fil-A of like the Midwest, but like it's not like super special because like I mean like you can get like chicken sandwiches and burgers, but like the only special thing about Culver's are like the blizzards that they have.
The concrete mixers.
And the
Oh.
concrete mixers. Like but like everything else at Culver's is pretty like mid.
Okay, here's my thing. In Ohio, yes, there are Culvers, but the closest one to me was an hour away by the fucking zoo, so I'd only get it basically like my one trip a year to the zoo.
Mm-hmm.
I love Culvers. I now live like 10 minutes from a Culvers. I go at least once a fucking month. I love the cheese curds. I love the taste of their burgers. I will die on a hill that Culvers is the superior fast food. For me, it's a Jeez Louise, you betcha. I just love it. But I also understand your reasoning.
I'm
do.
from Michigan, so they're everywhere. Like they're
I know.
like
I'm so happy.
every single time you go like to like an area where there's like a gas station, there's always at least a Culver's there.
Yeah, I was so happy when I moved here and found out that there were Culvers everywhere. I was like, "Oh my god, I fucking love Culvers!" And like, it has not worn off. Like, it's not lackluster for me. It is still delicious. My friend came in from fucking Seattle, and we picked him up at the Detroit airport, and we were like, "Oh, where should we take him to get food?" And I was like, "Culvers." He's got to try Culvers now that he's in the Midwest.
And they're
He
always
likes
so
it.
nice. Like every person that works at it's literally Chick-fil-A, but like with blue.
Yeah, it is. It's always clean. It's always everybody's always so polite. I will say the one by me takes fucking forever to get food. That it's literally like it doesn't have a good parking lot. So you
Mm-hmm.
just like get food at the drive-through and then you have to like pull over to the side, but like people don't even know how to fucking pull over. And so you're just kind of stuck in like a traffic jam of like three rows of cars trying to wait for their Culver's food. But at the same time, it's just kind of like, well, I got my food. I'm just gonna sit here and eat until somebody moves. Like
Yeah. Oh, ranch. That's the G's Louise, you betcha. If you like, I feel like, and also not only ranch, but like having a tier list of ranch that you like is part of the
yes.
ranch thing as well, because there
Yes.
is good and there is bad ranch, and ranch is like ranch for like other places is like okay, like I like ranch. Ranch is good. I put ranch on things, but like it is like a cuisine in like the Midwest. I feel
It
like
is.
because like
Because
everybody
everywhere
has their
has
own
ranch.
and everyone has their own ranch tier list like in
Okay,
their
and
head.
I agree with my chat here. Hidden Valley is gross. I think Hidden Valley is like mid at best. I feel like restaurants that have like their own homemade ranch sometimes, certain
Mm-hmm.
ones they just fucking slap.
Leo's
Like they're
Coney
so
Island has the
good.
best ranch.
I haven't tried their ranch. Now I feel like I need to. But like even here, like you order fries and they literally ask you because like ketchup's on the table, so like they'll just ask you, "You want ranch with that too?" Like I always am asked, like, "Would you like ranch with your fries?" And it was weird because like when I was in like Ohio, that wasn't always a question, but it was at times. But like, oh, ranch is great. Every menu, every restaurant has fucking ranch.
Even in places where you probably shouldn't have ranch, they have ranch.
Yes, yes. You go to a fucking Italian restaurant or a Mexican restaurant and they're like, "Would you like ranch?" It's like, "Yes." Do you see me? Do you fucking see me? Yes, I want ranch with everything.
Fishing, I'm putting in basic bitch shit because I hate fishing, and I think
Me too.
the first time I ever went fishing, I was 6 years old, and my cousin had like a catch and release party where like you go and you catch a fish, and then you throw
Oh
it
yeah.
back. I didn't catch a fish the whole time. Okay, I am not patient enough to go fishing.
No.
And then my aunt and my mom were like, "Come on, Lex, you can catch a fish." So like, while everybody's like in the party like eating cake, and I like did not really want to like be like around a bunch of like kids, and not, even though I was a kid, but I didn't like. There's just too much. I just got overwhelmed. My mom and my aunt take me out to like go and like try to catch a fish. No, there's like no, not like a bunch of kids running around. And I caught a fish, and my brother comes running out. He's like, "Oh my god, you got a fish!" And he grabs the fish, and
No.
the hook went into different parts of the fish, and then I started like sobbing because like I like hate hurting animals. I like literally first time I ever shot a gun, like it was a BB gun, and I shot a tree and I like had a meltdown. Like so like this is like even more traumatizing than the tree that I shot, and I like oh my god, we like unhooked the fish, and then like it was a whole thing, and I'm literally traumatized from fishing, and I will never go fishing
God.
again.
That's so sad. Okay, that is horrible, and I'm so sorry that happened to you. I have caught a fish. I did release it. I My mom used to drag us to go fishing all the time. First off, okay, before I get into that story, so also basic bitch shit because like every man in the Midwest has a fucking fishing pic on his dating profile, and I
Fishing
always
kink.
classify it as a red flag. I'm like, nah, I don't fish. I don't want a man who that's his personality.
If I go on
Um,
Tinder and I see at least 3 of your pictures are fish, you're automatically getting skipped.
And then okay, so like fishing. My mom and my dad used to drag us fishing all the time when we were kids. I was always like, "Oh my god, we love going fishing." And I hated it. I hated it so much because like they would always take us to places where like there was no bathroom, so I had to pee in the fucking woods and like I hated it. And then I remember so like not to be dark, but like my mom's funeral, my
Mm-hmm.
uncle was like giving my dad a hug. He's like, "Hey, it's okay, buddy. Like we can go up to the cabin. Like we go fishing. We can have a whole week out on the lake." And my dad wasn't even crying at this point. He starts sobbing uncontrollably. And my
Oh,
uncle's like, "Whoa, whoa, it's okay." And my dad's like, "I have to tell you something. I've been lying for years. I fucking hate fishing. I said I did because she loved it. Please don't take me fishing." It was
oh no.
and I was like, "You dragged us out there as kids." Like,
Yeah, bro. I'm traumatized from fish. I I like I really like fish. Okay, like a fish are like I love fishies. Like they're like one of my favorite animals. Like I remember when you showed me like your VR chat skin with the fish in it, and I
yeah.
literally act like a fucking child, be like, look at the fishies. I love fish, but like, and I love animals, and so like fishing to me is just like and hunting are just like very traumatizing things for me because I'm like I don't want to hurt an animal, and
That's valid.
like
Especially not for sport. Like I understand like okay, like you need food, it's for survival. Like, "Oh my god, I'm out in the wilderness. I have to kill something cuz I literally have nowhere to go. I'm on an island." Fine, justified. Just for sport? Stupid.
yeah. Oh, Kid Rock. I have a there's a Michigan story associated with Kid Rock.
Pop off. Tell us the Kid Rock story.
So Kid Rock wanted to run for governor of Michigan. And you know, Kid Rock's legal name is not Kid Rock. And he went all the way to the Michigan Supreme Court and was like, I want to run as Kid Rock. And that's even though it's not my legal name. And they were like, sir, you're gonna have to use your legal name or change your legal name to Kid Rock if you want to run for governor. And then he was like, okay, I guess I don't want to run for governor that bad. And then that was it. He went all the way to this Michigan
Robert
Supreme Court to try to get Kid Rock on the ballot.
Robert James Ritchie. Also, that's hilarious. Oh my god, somebody on my chat said you're putting Kid Rock that high cuz I put him in Mayo. Um,
I put him in Midwest emo core because literally I hate Kid Rock. Okay, I despise Kid
same.
Rock, but
Same.
like, dude, for like, it's kind of like Eminem in Michigan. You literally cannot go anywhere. You cannot go to any fucking like function with anybody and without hearing at least like 5 Kid Rock songs and 5 Eminem songs. Like it is like white trash, like fucking creme de la creme.
I told you this story. My mom loved Kid Rock. Like she thought he was
Mhm.
just so good and like fucking I don't even know the name of the song. I don't know any of the lyrics. All I know is bond to bond bang to bang diddy diddy but that fucking song, that
Oh,
fucking
I know what
bullshit.
song you're talking about.
Yeah, it was like his first fucking hit. Oh my god. Okay, my mom would pull up like I didn't drive until after high school. So my mom picked me up cuz like we didn't have money for me to have a car or to go pay for the license exam cuz it's $500 in Ohio if you're not 18. Um and like my mom would come pick me up in our fucking minivan and she picked up other kids from my school too that lived in the neighborhood and would carpool them and she'd have the windows rolled down. My mom drove a fucking I don't know if you know what a Chevy Astro is,
I do.
but like yeah, she drove a pink Chevy Astro with red interior.
Pop
And she would
off,
have
kind
the
of
windows
cunty.
down. She had the windows down and would be blasting Kid Rock in the fucking carpool lane. And she danced in the car. And the best way to describe my mom's car dancing was head banging with arm flailing. It
So
looked like she looked like one of those fucking like tube men out in front of a car parking lot, like trying to sell used cars. And she's dancing to Kid Rock. And I was like, this is why I'm depressed.
So my mom has always had a Honda CRV. Like pretty much like she gets a used Honda CRV, it dies. She gets another Honda CRV and it dies. And like because we've only ever had like money to get like a used car, you know. And my mom would do that, but with Pitbull when she would come to pick me up for school.
Honestly, if okay, so like if Pitbull were a thing when I was absolutely my mom would listen to Pitbull. I will say when I was in like probably my junior or senior year, I wasn't allowed to listen to like non like religious radio,
Hmm.
but I had a friend who listened to the White Stripes. So like she burnt me a White Stripes CD and I was like, "Oh, this is great." And I realized because my dad like Led Zeppelin that they kind of sound like Led Zeppelin, so I was like, I can convince my parents to listen to this in the carpool lane. So I was like, at least I can play something that like people may not bully me as much for.
Oh no, I
Cause
got
like,
I got bullied for the
oh,
Pitbull because my mom, like, bro, my mom loves Ricky Martin and fucking Pitbull. I almost said Kid Rock and Pitbull, and
ah,
like
Ricky Martin.
she will blast that shit, bro. Even like to this day, like she'll like I'll like it's like she'll come home from work and like she's like, oh, you want to go get like coffee or something? I'm like, okay, yeah, mom, I'll go and get a coffee. I like coming out to the fucking car, literally like in sweatpants and a tank top. My mom's blasting fucking Pitbull in the car, dancing like a fucking, oh my god.
Mr. Worldwide over
Yeah,
here.
she loves Mr. Worldwide. I wanted to get her like one of those like cardboard standees of Mr. Worldwide for her classroom, and it's not more traumatizing than fishing, but it is pretty traumatizing. Because my mom like dead ass like is in love with Pitbull, and I'm like, girl, come on, have better taste in Betty's Willy balls. But yeah, my mom would do that, but with Spanish music. It did make me want to die a little bit, but I love my mom for that because she still does it. Like when she wakes up at like 8 a.m., she'll like be blasting Pitbull. I'm like, when I hear Pitbull in the vacuum, I know to like just stay in my room.
There's like TikToks about that. Just like you hear the vacuum, you hear your mom's music, you're like, stay in the room. Stay in the room.
Oh,
Oh my
Ohio
god.
versus Michigan. I feel like that's just Midwest classics. I feel like we talked about
Yeah.
that.
It is. It makes me angry because I hate like the I'm like, just leave me the fuck alone. I don't care about sports. I don't want to talk about sports, guys. I don't have an opinion when people get so mad about it.
Menards. Also, I feel like a Midwest classic is literally just a fucking Home Depot with like food inside and like activities. But like going
I'm
to Menards is fun.
It's like an experience. I'm moving it to Midwest Emo Core. I had a discussion with my friend about this because we talked about like the Midwest things, and I was like, "Oh, Menards," and he's like, "Oh, you mean the fucking hardware store with a grocery store in the middle of it, but also like and nothing makes sense. Nothing makes sense." And I was like, "You know, you're right. It doesn't because it's set up like a fucking maze. Like he's like nothing's where it seems like it should be. He's like you go in and it's like, ah, yes, here's bolts. Oh, but screws are down at the other end of the store."
Oh, and next to the
And
bolts are corn dogs.
yeah, and there's corn dogs next to the fucking bolts. And if you want to get a screw, you have to go also past toilets. But sinks
Next to the
are
Christmas
outside.
trees.
Yeah, sinks are outside the garden center with the inflatable Jack Skellington. Like, it makes no sense. They're
Uh,
so fucking weirdly organized.
dude, I had to go into a Menards like when I had my graduation party because my mom was like dead set on like us retiling the bathroom for the fucking uh for the party. And I'm like, girl, no one's gonna be looking at the tiles. And she's like, there's like too many cracks. We can't fix it. Like we have to like retile the whole bathroom. And I was like, okay, I guess we're retiling the whole bathroom. Dude, I was in that store for 2 hours looking for caulk. Okay, that don't
You
clip
were
that
looking for what?
don't clip that out of context. No, like the caulk, it's spelled CAULK. That like you used to like make the tiles stick together. Caulk, not the other kind of.
There is a woman that I follow on TikTok who does like hardware stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and she did a whole video about how to caulk your tub. But she was just like, "All right, guys, so you want to give it like the caulk a nice firm squeeze, and this white stuff is gonna come out, and you're just gonna run your finger over the edge of the caulk." And
I
I'm
saw that video
like,
and low key kind of
I'm like,
got me
I'm
in the
dying.
mood. I'm not gonna lie. Even though she was really talking about hardware. Anyways, yeah, caulk, not the other kind of caulk, just the stuff that helps you put tiles together. But
Yeah,
it was a
if I
fucking
was
maze trying to find that shit.
if I was talking about the other kind of caulk, I would have just done it in my mommy voice.
Girl. Um, I How are
I'm so
you?
sorry. I told you I wouldn't do anything to get you flustered. I apologize.
No. You can talk with that all you want. We can we can do the rest of tier list in that mommy voice. I'll do whatever you say. um, I don't know if you.
Second, somebody just played a really loud sound clip about wash your sister's sauce instead of Worcestershire sauce.
Oh my god, dude.
Okay.
Um, yeah, you can talk with that anytime you want. That is very. Anyways, Bosco sticks. I don't know if like it's like a Midwest thing or if it's just like a poor like kid thing, but like there's literally the Bosco sticks like the distribution center like right down the street from my house.
So I'm gonna put it in Midwest Classic, but it's not really much of an Ohio thing. But I came here and all I hear is fucking Bosco sticks. Everybody's like all hyped up about Bosco sticks. And then when I moved here, one of my friends who's in fucking Oklahoma was like, "Oh, you could get some Bosco sticks. I have somebody ship me Bosco sticks from Michigan." I'm like, "What the fuck is a Bosco stick?"
It's literally a breadstick filled with like mozzarella cheese.
Yeah, I got some and they were okay, but then they ended up getting freezer burnt and I threw them in the trash and there were like 3 or 4 left in the bag and my dog pulled them out of the trash and ate them and then he had gas for days. I was like, this is what
They
you
were like
get.
the best like hot lunch because like when I would get school lunch, I would always get like could be like a salad bar thing. I'd always go to that, but if we had Bosco sticks, I'd eat those. Um, yeah, they're good. They're like good. Okay, they're kind of like Lunchables, but like, they're only good like when you're a kid. They're not really
Yeah.
good when you're an adult with like taste buds.
My friend told me that she likes to put melted butter and like garlic salt on them and they're really good if you bake them up like that. So I think I'm going to try that eventually
That's
and
a
see if I like
Midwest
them.
shit. Having shitty food and then making a whole recipe around making the shitty food not taste like shitty food.
Oh my god, it is. It's like learning how to spice up your food, but also like so many Midwest people are like, that's why they just put fucking mayonnaise in everything. They're like, I just gotta add a little flavor.
It's like when people make tacos and they just use the taco seasoning and they don't actually like use any spice because like the way my mom makes tacos, like they're good. Like well also like tacos aren't like a thing in like Dominican food, but like there's like a lot of fish tacos and like with like the corn tortillas. And bro, when I learned what taco seasoning was, I was like, that is absolutely foul. Do not ever give that to me again.
Like, I don't mind taco seasoning. However, I most of the time just like a
It's
taco seasoning is
salty.
like it is so salty. I don't add the whole pack. And I'll put a bunch of other stuff in it, but it's literally like my like if I'm really lazy and I'm like
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to put effort into it, I'll use some taco seasoning. But most often than not, I'm just like, where's my fucking cumin, my chili powder, my onion powder, my garlic salt? Like, where's all my shit at? I'm gonna just make it myself. I'm gonna put all my flavors, all my cilantro, all that good shit, and not deal with this pack of just salt that you mix into water and pour over your meat.
Oh, thank you, Happy, for clipping the cock. Um,
Oh,
uh,
not the clipped cock.
oh no, it's circumcised cock when it's clipped. Sorry,
How dare you circumcise our stream?
don't circumcise my stream. Oh my god. On the first time I ever had taco seasoning was when I had a walking taco, and that was foul. Maybe I'm picky.
Okay.
Maybe I'm picky. I could be okay to say that I'm picky, but like walking tacos are just they're gross. It's like a fucking taco meat and fucking Fritos and nacho cheese. Like it's too much. It's
Okay.
too salty. It's just like pure salt.
I was gonna say, like, I love walking tacos. I do. They have so much nostalgia for me. But also, like, okay, so I don't do Fritos. I do cheesy Doritos. And then
Mm-hmm.
I put the meat in there and lettuce and shredded cheese. Not I don't like the nacho cheese. And then some salsa and a bunch of lettuce. And it's really good if you do that. But also not the
Oh,
taco
you want to know
meat.
a Midwest taco thing that just like I just got fucking like transported back to like fucking seventh grade when you were talking about like your walking taco.
Yeah.
Okay, do you know French not French dressing like the red kind cannellino dressing?
Oh yeah. Catalina dressing. Yeah.
I had a friend. They would make this thing called taco salad. It was Doritos, taco meat, lettuce, and cannellino dressing.
Huh?
And like I I thought like, oh, maybe it's just like this one person that likes this. Then I went to college and there was more people that ate that. And I was like, is this like, what is this? This is the most foul fucking thing on the planet. And like, it was so gross. It was so fucking
That is
gross.
disgusting. I also okay, I'm not like a big salad dressing person. I don't even like ranch on my salad. The most like salad dressing that I okay, for me, salad dressing is literally oil and vinegar. I
Yeah,
don't even really like
same.
bottled Italian. It's just oil and vinegar. That's what I grew up with. That's my shit. And then I add a bunch of seasonings. Um, and then Caesar salads. I will eat a Caesar salad if there's not like too much dressing, but like just enough to like comfortably cover the pieces of lettuce. But otherwise, I don't like salad dressing very much. I think it tastes bad.
Yeah, I just usually do um like oil and vinegar because I'm not like I don't know. I'm picky. Okay, I'll say it. I'm picky. I don't like things. I'm a professional hater. But I don't hate Fago. I love Fago. I love Fago so much. And that's a
I do like
G's
Faygo.
Louise, you betcha. Because I grew up my entire life drinking Fago because it was 99 cents for a bottle. And then I don't know when the fuck it happened, but they became $2 and it was the most offensive thing that ever happened to me.
And they became $2 because the fucking what are they called? The Insane Clown Posse. Their
Oh.
people are like Faygo, they worship it. Like it's a whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
But
I
that's the
knew
thing.
about ICP and Fago.
Yeah, I grew up on Faygo and I loved it. I really like the red one and like that's my favorite. But then
Oh,
I
my
feel
favorite's
like
Moon Mist. The one that's like the one that's like, no, Arctic Sun. Arctic Sun. It's like, tastes like grapefruit. It's kind of like Squirt. Okay, not I keep saying cock and squirt. It's not that kind of squirt. It kind of tastes like squirt pop,
okay,
but
I've
like
never had
Fago. It's
that
so
flavor.
good.
I like the root beer one too. Yeah, the red and the root beer are my favorite. I've never had the cotton. No, wait, I think I did have the cotton candy and I liked it. I'm on the Faygo website looking at their flavors right
They
now.
have a chocolate pie one that's really gross, but like I did
That
try it
sounds
one time.
awful. That sounds so bad. Yeah, I didn't know there were even like this many flavors. Oh my god. But yeah, no, like I loved, oh my god, there's candy apple. I need it. I love anything apple flavored. I loved Fago growing up as a kid. Like I thought it was so good, but then I worked with an ICP girl and like she was literally so obsessed with Fago. It was like a chunk of her personality and it lost its sparkle for me. So for that, it moves it to Midwest emo core for me. Um,
I used to work at Wingstop or Wingbop, whatever the hell I called it during my 24-hour stream, and I was trying to talk when I was talking about shitty places I worked. And they would serve they had like a cooler because ours didn't sell alcohol because we didn't have an alcohol license because most Wingstops like have like beer and shit. And we had a cooler full of Fago, and like part of like the employee meal was being able to get a free Fago, and I love Fago. I love Arctic Sun. It is the best
mm.
flavor. You can fight me all you want. It's just so good. It's citrusy. It's sweet. It's not like too sweet, but like it has like the perfect amount of tartness. Oh my god, it's so good.
If it tastes like a squirt, I will like it because I fucking love squirt pop. I think it's so good. So like I
It
would love
tastes like
that.
it tastes exactly like Squirt.
Oh,
I love
all right,
Squirt.
pass.
Sorry.
Here we talk about squirt and cock, guys.
Yeah, welcome to the Rachel Lex stream where all we do is talk about cock and Squirt. Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna
Oh,
get banned.
casserole.
I
That's a
okay.
Midwest classic. I hate casseroles. I'm not gonna lie. I made a
Okay.
tweet where like this person made like this like apple like this caramel apple dip with like I think it was like cream cheese and like apple like caramel and like nuts and shit. And I was like, in the Midwest we call this a casserole. But
Oh yeah, I saw that tweet.
I am not a huge casserole person. I feel like the texture of casserole is always bad, and I hate green bean casserole with a burning passion.
Okay, I love green bean casserole and I make it homemade, but okay, so Jeez Louise Betcha, I'm putting it in Jeez Louise Betcha because I make a fucking green bean casserole from scratch. Like I make the fucking cream of mushroom soup from scratch and it is delicious. Um Also my mom used to make spinach casserole when I was a kid, which was just like fucking spinach and cheese, but it tasted good. But I hate tuna casserole. Actually, I'm gonna move it to Midwest Eno Court because of that. Growing up poor, we had tuna casserole at least once a week, which is literally just like fucking egg noodles with cream of mushroom soup and a can of tuna and a bag of frozen peas. and then my mom would put American cheese in it too, which I hated, um, because I don't like the texture of it, but it's literally like
Uh,
slime. It's just
I
slime,
can
it's
smell
fish
it.
flavored slime. It's she would cook it and I would smell it in the oven. Sometimes she'd throw stale bread in it too, like croutons basically, because
Oh
she
my
needed something to do with the
god.
stale bread. And like I just I wouldn't eat. My mom's like, "You're not eating." I'm like, "That's fine. I'm not gonna eat because I literally cannot eat it. It is just mush. It is mush with mush and more mush and fish. Like it's so bad. It's so bad."
Thank you so much, Happy. I really appreciate it. Um, okay. The way that I feel about casserole, and this is gonna be controversial, and I feel like you might get upset, is the same way I feel about fettuccine alfredo. I hate alfredo. It is the most disgusting hot milk cheese. It's just it. I've tried so many different types of alfredo. Every single time I'm like, I don't like alfredo. They're like, you haven't tried my grandma, dog's, uncle's, cousins, Steve's, neighbors, fish, uncle's, grandpa, step grandma's fettuccine alfredo sauce, and I'm like, have, and it's not good. And because I just hate the texture of alfredo, it feels like cheesy slime, and
Okay.
it's
I
oily.
I love fettuccine alfredo. I am a little offended as an Italian woman. I am a little offended. I don't even fucking know if fettuccine alfredo is actually Italian or it's just American. Just like how people are like pizza's Italian. I'm like it's not. It's fucking American food. Fuck off. Um but like I love fettuccine alfredo. I don't know what it is about it, but I have had some fettuccine alfredo that is horrendous. So I am picky about it.
I'm moving
But
casserole to mayo.
you're entitled to your opinions and they can be wrong.
It's okay. Every person I tell that I hate fettuccine alfredo to, they're like, that's just wrong. I'm like, bro, it's gross. I like, because, okay, I didn't grow up eating that stuff. So, like, when, like, I became an adult, like, because, like, I ate a lot of, like, Middle Eastern and Dominican food growing up, like, I just I've never, like, had fettuccine alfredo that, like, tastes good. Like, I'm perfectly happy with my beans and fucking rice and my, like, fucking kibbe and rice. Like, I just don't like chunky sauces, I guess is like the best way to describe it.
That's fair. If you didn't grow up eating like fucking cream sauces and like noodles all the time, it's not like I don't want to say it's an acquired taste because I don't feel like it's necessarily an acquired taste. I think it's just like either it's a part of who you are or it's not. And a part of me is fettuccine alfredo. It's probably like 20% of me is made up of noodles and cheese. So
Yeah, 9% of me is beans and rice. Butter sculptures. I hate them. I think they're kind of weird and they're kind of in that uncanny valley thing, but I'm literally a VTuber. So I guess I put it in Midwest emo core.
I put it in Midwest Classic. I also hate them. Everybody is like so hyped. Like whenever I'd go to the fair, people be like, "We have to go see the fucking butter sculptures." I'm like, "Why? I don't care." But have you ever seen the movie Butter?
Yeah, I have.
I fucking love that movie so much because it's so goddamn Midwest.
It is the
It's just
most Midwest movie on the fucking planet. The other movie that's very Midwestern, I think Debbie Ryan's in it. She's like a fucking beauty queen in it, or like, or the name
oh,
of.
it's a TV series. I know what you're talking.
Yeah, that show also is very Midwestern to me, even though I think it takes place in this.
Insatiable.
Even though I'm pretty sure it takes place like in the South, to me it's very Midwestern in like the way that they go about solving their problems.
Yes, absolutely yes. I loved that show. I'm really sad it got canceled, but it I thought it was so funny. And I'm a lot of people hate Debbie Ryan. I think she's funny, so I
I
enjoyed that
think it's
show.
funny because like as somebody who's like on the chubbier side, everyone's like, this movie is so fat phobic. And I'm like, this is the realest shit for me. Like if I like woke up one day and was fucking skinny like this, I would be insane. I would be insane too, bro. Like, oh,
Literally yes.
now you're hot, nobody recognizes you. Oh yeah, you better believe I'm gonna be a fucking bitch. Fuck you.
Literally yes. 100% yes.
If I woke up one day and I look like Debbie Ryan, fucking skinny legend, and like all these bitches were like, we don't even know who you are. You're in beauty pageants now? Oh hell yeah, I'd be a bitch. Um, yeah, it's it's kind of like the peanut butter thing from the other day.
Fun fact, Debbie Ryan now lives in Ohio, so she is Midwest.
Oh my god.
Cuz she married Josh what's his Josh Dunn from the 21 Pilots, the drummer, and they live in Ohio. At least they did during the pandemic. I know they have a house there. I actually went to high school with him, so like I knew vaguely where they lived.
Oh my god. Effie, how are
Fun Midwest
you?
facts.
Fun Midwest facts with Rachel. Oh, the just gonna sneak right past you is a Midwest classic because I say that shit and so I don't know if I told you this. I try very hard to like control how I speak because I do sound very Midwestern when I say certain things. Like I won't like when I say like there's certain words with the how the vowels are pronounced that like I overpronounce them, and I like am like cognitively aware of that. So I have like my Discord voice, which I inevitably is like not like my actual voice, but like I when I first started using Discord and like talking to people online, I would like change how I speak because I didn't want people to like think I sounded weird. And I have done the ope a lot, and I'm like, they're like, what did you say? I'm like, oh, never mind, my bad.
Okay, yeah, no, I feel like people in Michigan sound way more Midwest than where I was at in Ohio, but, like, when you're okay, I lived in
Girl,
Columbus,
I
which was the
didn't know
middle,
you were in
and
the
everybody was either,
Midwest.
like
You should
had,
have
like,
told
the
me.
Midwest sound, which was, like, Northern Ohio, or they had the Southern sound, which was very, like, Kentucky, Tennessee, a little bit of twang. So, like, being in the middle, like, I say words with both. Like I feel like my accent's fucking Jackie sometimes. Like just it's all over the place, and everybody's like, "What are you doing? What are you saying? Why do you talk like that? Why do you
Uh,
sound that way? Why do you have the accent?" I'm like, I don't fucking know. I'm from Ohio, but my friend that I know here, who I met through like online like TeamSpeak and Discord. Once I moved here, I realized just how fucking Midwest he sounds when like we talk
girl,
in
you from
person, and
Kansas or
I'm like, it's so
Oklahoma?
weird.
Um, yeah, so a word that I like have to be very like cognizant of how I say is bury because like that's how you say it in Michigan. Like you say bury instead of berry.
Oh, I say Barry.
Yeah.
But I do get shit for saying Bury.
Um,
I also say like I used to say like I'm gonna take a tour of this place, and people would be like it's tour, or maybe I say tour and they say it's tour. I can't remember which one I said wrong.
the other one is bag. I have to be very aware of it.
Oh, you got yeah. Like I don't want to put my stuff in a bag.
Yeah. So like I like have trained myself to say bag and I'm like or like the color black. I for a really long time I would say it very like aggressively, like the A.
Hmm.
And I really had to train myself to like say vowels differently. So that way I'm not like I don't sound like Midwestern. I don't know. It's like the Midwest accent is like it's to me it is like the least cute accent because like you're just saying shit wrong. Not
You're
even
like words are like squished together. Like
yeah.
one of them that I know as people say like probably. I just say probably. I'm probably gonna do that.
Yeah,
And
I'm probably
like
I do that too. I
people are
literally
like, "How do you spell that?" I'm like, "The Probably." They're like, "You sure you're not spelling it Prolly?" I'm like, "No." They're like, "You're missing a whole bunch of letters in there." I'm like, "It's probably gonna happen."
yeah, I also do probably. And like I literally have to like force myself to say probably. And it feels
Yes.
so unnatural, but like when I'm like at home, I'm like, "Oh yeah, it's probably going to happen." But like if I'm like speaking on stream or like speaking like on Discord, I'm like, that will probably happen. Making sure I'm saying all the fucking syllables in the word. Because in the Midwest, like you shorten everything. So that way, like you say it in the least amount of syllables possible. Because everyone in the Midwest talks really fucking fast. That's another thing I have to like I'm doing it right now. But like, at least in Michigan, people speak really fucking fast. And so like everything gets smushed together. And so like I personally have to be very cognizant of how I speak because if I don't, I will really fucking go on like Lex Rap God like mode where I just like fucking smush all the words together and just say them like super fucking fast. But yeah.
It's so true. A Michigan left.
It's a
I
U-turn, but like you get into a lane for it. Which I feel like it's literally a death trap if you're not from here.
yeah,
Like I learned how to drive in
well,
Michigan, but like I people who are not from Michigan and they drive in Michigan, it literally it causes so many fucking accidents.
I will say it's the same in New Jersey, at least some places. Because when I
Mhm.
went to New Jersey, that's where I first experienced a quote Michigan left. I was like, what the fuck? How am I supposed to get across the street to
Yeah, I have
fucking Dunkin'
eyebrows like
Donuts? And
Keffy.
I'm like, I don't
Just so
understand.
people know I
Why
like
can't I make a
girls.
left-hand turn here? And it's like, oh, because you have to go into a fucking special lane and to make the left-hand turn so you can get to the other side of the road and then you turn right into where you need to go. Like, it's so weird.
Yeah, like I didn't realize how weird they were until I drove in like another state when we drove to Florida for spring break. And like I was like, oh, I can just make a Michigan left here. But then like the lane like wasn't made for a Michigan left, and I was like so weird that there was like a U-turn like in the middle of the road, and I'm like, this is just what this would be so much easier if it was a Michigan left. What's going on?
Literally, literally, yes. And like, oh, that's the other thing. Like here, like the Michigan lefts are just like a
Keffy,
built-in
DM me.
U-turn.
I will give you
Where I'm
advice
from in
on that
Ohio,
if you want
you
help.
cannot take a U-turn unless you're in a special lane that specifically has a sign that says U-turn permitted here. And it can be so frustrating because if you're trying to go somewhere and you miss your turn, you can literally drive for like 8 stoplights before you find one that says, ah, yes, this is the one you can make a left hand or a U-turn at. And I'm like, why is this any different than the other ones? Like,
Yeah, Michigan left. Also, sometimes they have stoplights and sometimes they don't, which is also a really um
yes, the ones by me do not have stoplights, but also there's not really a lot of traffic around here, so it's usually like manageable. But sometimes there's like one that has a stoplight, and if there was not a stoplight there, I would literally die. Like, it's such a busy road.
yeah. So I don't know if you've ever driven on Mound before, but
I
like
think so.
Mound, I'm just saying a street name, which like no one knows what the fuck I'm talking about. But like, there's so many Michigan lefts on them, and half of them don't even have stop signs. That's just it's a fucking death trap.
That is scary.
Yeah.
We have one more.
Oh,
Dollar General.
okay. For me, it's going in Jeezy's You Betcha if it's specifically a Dollar General that is made out of an old family video.
That's so oddly specific.
Because they close all the family videos, which are like they're like fucking like imagine like Best Buy, but like they survived longer than Best Buy.
Yeah, I don't know how family videos survive so long. They even lasted through the pandemic, some of them did. It's like, how? It's a blockbuster. It's literally just a fucking blockbuster. How are you still here? It's because they were
Yeah.
always connected to Marco's Pizzas.
Or 7-Elevens.
Yes. I mean, that's valid. For me, it's Midwest Classic. I feel like they're everywhere. And I feel like they feel like a trap to me because you go into them and you expect it's going to be a dollar and it's like, no, it's not a dollar. Everything's just rounded, so nothing's like 99 cents. So it's like $4 instead of 3.99.
I'm putting mine in Midwest Emo Core because even though if it's not the one that in an old family video, I really like Dollar General because they're kind of like my gas station. Like I would go and like walk around in a Dollar General when I was bored, and because they have like craft supplies there. I like doing crafts, which is also a very Midwestern thing to like to do. Just like not
Yes.
to name it, but just like I like crafts. Um,
I literally, when I moved here, I have a huge storage tote, and my uncle helped me load my U-Haul, and he picked up my craft tote, and he's like, "What is in this?" I'm like, "It's my craft tote." He's like, "Why is it the heaviest tote?" I'm like, "Cause it's full of craft supplies." See, for me though, I'm like that, but it's Dollar Tree instead of Dollar General
okay, yeah, that's fair. I feel like
or
Dollar
Five
General is a
Below.
very Michigan or like I feel like Dollar General, like at least like where I live, is like the most popular most popular dollar store. Whereas like Dollar Tree and any of the other ones are kind of like they're less noticeable. But like I know like Dollar General is like really popular in like Oklahoma, like Kansas, that area as well.
That's valid. Dollar General was really popular in Ohio too. There were so many Dollar Generals. Um, I also liked Big Lots a lot, which is very much like a Dollar General, but they have furniture, and I liked the furniture. I got my very first like mattress when I moved out on my own from fucking Big Lots, and it was great. I got a queen size mattress, a box spring, and a fucking bed frame for like $200. I'm like, you can't get that anywhere. You can't get a whole bed for $200 except for Big Lots, which is just the dollar store of fucking furniture. I loved it so much. All right. Did we say we had anything else that we wanted to add as like honorary mentions?
Uh, let me look at the list that we had of things that because I think I put everything on the list, but there was like things that like we were going back and forth with.
Yeah.
Oh, Jello.
I feel like that just falls under salads.
Yeah.
Just gonna put
Oh, the
Jello in
telling
with
someone how much you
salad.
paid for something when you get a compliment because you got a deal. That's a geez Louise you betcha for me.
Oh, absolutely. I agree. 100%. Yes.
Oh, Ren fairs. I think it's like a Midwest classic because they have Ren fairs other places, but like Ren fairs in the Midwest like hit different.
Yeah, I agree. And they last so long too. Like most other places, they're like, "Oh yeah, we have a Ren Fair, and it's gonna go this weekend and next weekend." And in the Midwest, it's like, "Oh, it's Ren Fair season. 4 months of fucking Ren Fair, like themed weekends. It's a whole thing." Oh, high school football when you don't even know someone in high school. Like
Oh
people
yeah.
fucking going to high school football is just like a passing. They're like, "Oh, I really like that quarterback, Jimmy Johns. He's gonna go play for the state. We're gonna go watch him." No, we don't have kids. We don't even have grandkids. We just go there because there's nothing else to fucking do.
Um, another thing that I think is like a very Midwestern thing is like snow and just like being completely like eye blind to it.
Yes.
Because like half the time when it snows, like it's a fucking it's terrifying. First of all, when it snows, it's terrifying. It's not like oh, it's a little fun, like
Yes.
a couple, like a little sprinkle. It's like you get 6 to 12 inches, and then like nothing. You try driving, your car is crashing. But like
Yeah.
people are fucking eye blind to it, and they don't know how to fucking drive in the snow. And then they're like, "Why is there so many accidents?" I'm like, I don't know, but how about you like shut the fucking roads down? And they're like, "But we can't
Literally,
do that. How are we gonna go to Meyer?"
it snows here and like I don't leave my house for like a
Mm-hmm.
week. And my coworkers, like I'll just be like, "Oh, I have to order groceries." And my coworkers will be like, "Why don't you just go to the grocery store?" I'm like, "Because I live on a cul-de-sac like a little ways into a neighborhood that doesn't get plowed and I drive a fucking Yaris. I have a steep ass driveway because I'm on a fucking hill. I will not get back into my house. Like I cannot just go to the store. It's snowing. I'm like, I'm going to pay somebody who probably has an SUV who can drive on Michigan roads in the snow to go to the fucking Meijer and get me groceries because I can't leave my house for a week. I just can't. I'm like, I'm sorry. It just is what it is. But you just don't go out. Snow is scary. I put it right into watching tornadoes rather than taking shelter. It's a Midwest classic fucking bullshit type of thing.
Yeah. Oh, oh, faster horses too. Also, Kefi said, "You want to know the most Midwestern thing about me? I drive a red Ram 1500, which is the most Midwestern car on the fucking planet."
Oh, Keffy is so Midwest.
Bitch lives and breathes the Midwest.
Keffy's just a bottle of ranch in a fucking car. Fucking red ram.
Um. Oh, so I don't know if faster horses is a thing outside of Michigan, but basically,
Yeah, what's faster horses? I don't know that.
it's a huge like country music festival that happens. Imagine like Coachella, but like with mud. Um, and like people here take it so fucking seriously. Like, dude, like it is like the best way to describe it. It's like yeehaw mecca because
It
like
makes me think of fucking quarter horse congress. Like, yeah.
they'll like do like mudding thing where like they'll mud wrestle. Like it's just like yeehaw, like it's yeehaw mecca, and it's just like kind of weird to me. I don't know.
No, that sounds valid. I'm
But what
I'm
are
not familiar with it.
Modelo's?
Modelo sounds familiar.
Or oh, okay, Walmart's not on there because we Meyer too.
Oh, Modelo, like the alcoholic beverage?
Yeah, the beer.
Oh. Oh, it's a pilsner. Okay. Yeah, that
I
checks
don't
for
drink, so
Midwest.
that's probably why I didn't even think of it.
Yeah, no, I drink, but I'm a fucking snooty ass craft beer brewery bitch.
Yeah, I don't.
But not an IPA. Fuck that. I don't drink lawnmower clippings.
Yeah. I feel like if we put Meyer on here, it'd probably be in Midwest emo core.
Oh yeah, I fuck with Meyer. I love Meyer.
Oh,
It's my shit.
Kroger. Kroger too.
Yeah, everybody, literally everybody I know from the Midwest, for the most part, at some point has worked at a fucking Kroger. Even my cousin right now works for Kroger. She like works for a third party company that delivers like the fucking label strips to Kroger, and she comes up to Michigan once a week to deliver label strips. I'm like, she showed up at my house. I was like, "What are you doing here?" She's like, "Oh, I was here delivering label strips for Kroger." I'm like, "Of fucking course you were." Like Kroger's wild. The headquarters is in Columbus, and like I knew some people who worked there, and there's a lot of smugs that they do to keep up with the work. We'll just say that.
Effie said, "What about
Oregano,
water from the
not oregano.
sink?" But I live in Michigan, so Flint water crisis can't do that, Lamau.
Yeah, I don't drink. I would say I don't drink water from the sink here. It's all filtered.
Yeah, I have like a filter that I pour the water into.
Same.
But like,
The
I will say
fucking
the
Brita
water.
pitchers.
I will say, even when the water is filtered, it does taste better than most water. Even if there's,
Yeah.
Midwest water does taste better than a water from other places.
Oh, yeah, no, I agree with that. I do miss Ohio water. Like the tap water was just really good, but it's pretty equivalent to like a fucking Brita pitcher filtered water here, so I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I did not think we were gonna be able to yap for 3 hours doing the tier list. It's so
We've
much
been Midwest
fun.
goodbying. We've been Midwest goodbyeing this entire time.
We've been Midwest goodbying every single fucking thing, and I'm like, okay, let's go to Buttermilk. That way we can stay on. I was like, because someone asked me like, how long do you think you're gonna do the tier list for? I was like, I don't know, maybe like 2 hours, and then we Midwest goodbye like for an hour on like fucking talking about sports. It was literally just baseball. We talked about every single fucking sport.
We just Midwest the shit out of our Midwest tier list. Let's fucking go. I feel like we agreed on most things, and if we didn't agree, we were only off by like
One or
a
two.
fucking yeah, one or two. So I don't
So
even know that we need to compare, or
I'm gonna
maybe we
send
just.
the screenshot of mine in our
Okay,
DMs
yeah,
just so
I'll
that
do that
way
too.
you can see it. But I'm pretty sure most of ours are pretty similar.
Do the same.
Bless your heart. All true. Bless your heart. Yeah, like there's only like a few things that are different on our tier list. Like I put Kid Rock higher just because I can't go anywhere without hearing Kid Rock. It's kind of like I see his face everywhere I go.
Yeah, you put Open
Oh my god.
Fago a little higher, and I
Have
put
you
Culver.
have you you cannot listen to this on stream because it'll literally get you banned. But there's a song called It's So Cold in the D. I need you to listen to it later and then tell me what you think.
Okay, I will listen to it.
It is the Detroit theme song.
Oh no. Yeah, you'll have to send it to me. Every time I heard Midwest emo core, I just thought of that like early 2000s song, which was just like, I'm an emo kid. I'm just like you. I do emo things.
Yeah, I
It was
was
like,
looking for Midwest. I told you earlier. I was looking for Midwest like emo playlist to play in the background, and there was one I was listening to earlier. It was literally just talking for 40 minutes straight. I'm like, okay, I can't do this.
that is very Midwest emo though. Let's just be honest. Yeah, I feel like ours are very, very similar. Aside from the fact that I think casseroles are pretty great.
Yeah, I'm a
Some of
casserole
them.
hater.
It's fine because we traded casseroles and Kid Rock for each other.
Yeah, you took casseroles. I took Kid Rock.
I think our basic bitch though is almost exactly the same, except I threw corn mazes down at basic bitch. No, you threw corn mazes at basic bitch. I put it in mayo. I'm sorry, vegetable labyrinths. This has been so much fun though. I enjoyed
Yeah,
getting to do a collab with you, especially one where we just
we just
talk
yeah.
about dumb fucking Midwest shit. Yeah, we just yapped like the Midwesterners we are. This was great.
I honestly like. I really like doing collabs that are like kind of chill because I get so nervous when I do collabs. Um, and when I just thought this was like a really I was just really glad that we just got to like do something chill because like this is like a very low, not like low effort because we did a lot of prep for this, but like it was like something like nice that I could just like we could just like talk and hang out and be like we're both from the Midwest and we hate it here.
Yes.
Someone save
Absolutely.
us.
100%. Yes. Literally me, just like, I hate the Midwest, buys a house. Like, but it is such a Midwest thing, I feel like, to shit on the Midwest, but also just be like, but I kind of love it. Like, there are things that you hate about it, but you love at the same time, that it's like, if I go somewhere else, will I still get the same experience with that? Probably not. Like, you can't go anywhere else and have somebody trying to plot kidnapping the governor, okay? It's a Midwest thing.
Yeah. If you don't if you can't have a Fago and drink Buttermade chips while you're watching the live news of your governor being kidnapped, are you really from the Midwest? I don't think so.
Don't forget about the Muddy Buddies, okay?
Oh yeah, the Muddy Buddies too. But yeah, I had so much fun. I definitely would be down to like do something like this again. Not like Midwest, but like I feel like we have a lot in common when it comes to like our views on like stupid like people. I guess.
Yes.
And but yeah,
This
this was
is
a
what
lot of
bitches
fun.
who like Sailor Moon and have space buns are like,
Oh
okay?
my god, the two
Our brains are in the same span.
when I saw that you had the Sailor Moon redeem and then you made the tweet about two bitches with space buns, I was like, girl, that is actually all of our brain power is in our buns.
Yes.
And there's not much there.
Nope. I send out most of my stream titles with one brain cell hard at work on them.
I think my fucking like my notification is Lexiana's live gone, which is like the dumbest shit I've ever said in my entire life. But yeah, I do we want to raid the same person or did you have somebody in mind that you were gonna
I
raid?
was probably, let me see if she's still streaming. I think Floof was streaming tonight.
Yeah, I saw her notification on my phone.
Yeah, I'm gonna raid Floof.
Okay, I'm also gonna raid Flip with you.
Hey.
Um, but yeah, I had so much fun. We should definitely do this again because I was so excited. I literally told you I was like, I'm so excited for this collab. Like this is the most like most excited I've been for a collab in so long, and like I really want to like do more like just chatting streams. Like I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna yap about? I'm like, I guess I can yap for 3 hours about how much I hate the Midwest.
It's true.
It's so fucking true.
Final closing words from my chat. Salty meat and cult stream till they became muddy buddies.
Yeah, we're muddy buddies who love cock and squirt. Wait, shit, that's the wrong one. No, 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 no. I almost rated the wrong person. I put a dash in their name. I'm an idiot.
Oh no.
I
Alright, I'm
stopped.
gonna click the raid button.
Yeah, me too. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I will.
Yeah.
I'll be at the call still before I should say buddy, but I'm trying to do the raid message, so I'm trying. All right, bye guys. I'll see you tomorrow. We're gonna be playing the Clannad light novel. I'm pretty sure, or I'm doing a collab. I don't know, but I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.
Oh my god. That was so much fun.